they've gotten to the point now where when Nigma gets a lead, they actually grow more concerned. I think they prefer even or maybe even slightly behind. It makes them feel a little bit more comfortable.
That's right. Yeah, you're just in a safer space.
The leads have not been going well.
You know, you're not wrong. Yeah, you've got to make some sort of Herculean effort. It's like they need the adrenaline shot to the body so that way they can sort of fully power up.
That's right.
That makes sense. We'll see if they can maybe drop a little bit of a lead here. Set themselves up for success.
Sounds like a plan to me. So far, none of that potential early aggression that was talked about. Very static right now, you know. Ench just making sure Nightfall has an okay time. But Noob, I would say, doing pretty well considering. We know Shaker Core has been probably one of the best heroes in this entire tournament, but the fact that you can run this in the off lane against some relatively annoying and tanky heroes like Ench and Doom and still just stay in the wave, keep getting your CS with Totem while still just going 1-1-1 build feels pretty nice.
I feel like some of that is the good start that they got off to with sort of harassing
Cookie
Panto, and up top, they're going for it. Get the kill. That was a change combo fissure with a Sunstrike.
That happened so fast. They didn't even need the Sunstrike.
Yeah. That's
how fast that, like, that was just a, you're harassing his Ench, feeling invincible, and into a turnaround Cookie, I'm dead.
It speaks to some of the issues they might have in this, and this is why this Snapfire can look so cool, right? This 2 points up in Little Shredder really eats away at the HP, and now a full creep wave coming in while he's already ahead of the Doom on CS.
Yeah, it's very interesting when you have the full bore facet, yet you're level 3 and not even using your big snipe yet.
Yeah.
And still gets back for the stack, but will there be a block by Panto in time? Oh, barely.
They're stacking up that too. That's nice. They're getting some good ones. Panto takes that creep away and is going to start heading towards mid. Sumail has one component of that Helm of the Dominator working towards the next soon. Noob also going over there. The top lane is empty except for the Doom.
And Panto has D-warded in here as well, so he's going to hold
Kiyotaka in some trouble. Sunstrike gone. Earthshaker rotation mid.
What is the start of that Guns N' Roses song, you know? What we have here is a breakdown of communication, because that's what that was. I mean, there's no one up top. Panto standing in their triangle, and then your Shadow Fiend just dies to the Shaker? I feel like there's some questions there.
You're not wrong. Has the cookie at the ready. Omar could save if he needed to, but was looking to see if there was a turnaround potential. Yeah, that, I mean, that looked like vintage, you know? We're talking about Nigma Galaxy going to the late stages, the Shadow Fiend rotations mid with the Shaker, but now Sumail, a miss on one raise, Kiyotaka only hitting 2 of them, and Sumail is fine.
Omar was also trying to TP somewhere up there, but got whacked by Nightfall, so that got canceled.
Having to play a little bit safe now and staying back. Noob steps forward, Nightfall tries to lay into Omar. Are there any rotations possible here? It doesn't really look like it, honestly. So Noob is going to be bullied all the way back off the tower, and if they get that tower done early, Kiyotaka, Mira, they're right on top of GH. Tornado off the mark.
There's just so much pressure.
Yeah.
Mid and top. Like, the catapult is just swinging. It is taking this entire tower down, and then it falls with time to contest the Wisdom Shrine. They're going in.
I mean, this is crazy. Well, the fissure. Is it enough time? Oh, it's close. Yep, he's going to get there.
What a hero.
That is so nice. This is why you pick Earthshaker, everybody.
That's it right there. All right, well, very well played there, but a bit of a Pyrrhic victory after immediately losing your tower, so has to be a bit careful here. Sumail also, you know, standing on top of a ward mid, so you can imagine now that top tower is down, you're going to see that pressure from the Ench start to run into the mid lane with this vision on the Invoker.
Now, this is all to the benefit of Ghost in a way, who's starting to build up the net worth. But if you can shut down his jungle on the side of Aurora and remove the places that he can eventually farm to, as you can see, some cans being blocked out already, that's where you can find some success.
Yeah, they don't have the best heroes for, like, stealing stacks outside of Shadow Fiend. I mean, Shadow Fiend's pretty good, obviously, but he's going to be kind of busy. He doesn't really want to be that involved, maybe. So I think the idea of just trying to, like, stop the stacks in the first place might be a little bit better.
Spamming Enchantress creeps into the mid wave. In the meantime, they'll bring numbers and secure the 8-minute rune. is going to be a haste for Kiyotaka down bottom. Mira now hunting in the jungle as they will get some D-wards here. Noob trying to build into what he needs to. Ghost stun out. Going to be controlled.
Deny, maybe? No.
Nope, going to throw it onto the Doom. Does have level 6, so this should be a kill for sure.
Yeah, nah, he wasn't close enough. Or denied to even try it, and they managed to back off on the damage. So now GH
Finds another.
Nightfall thinks about the Doom. He's like, that seems excessive. I think I'll just take him down.
Tornado in towards mid, trying to kill Panto. Will it be enough? A few more punches, and they get him. So that is the Helm Creep movement, but Kiyotaka double raise onto Omar, but now, cold snap, the turn, Kiyotaka, where's the TPs? They don't have help, but he misses on the meatball. Cookie off to the side, Omar. Not able to land that one, and the creep will not kill the Shadow Fiend.
That was a good play by Kiyotaka. He saw the cookie coming, made sure he
TP back in bottom. They're moving. Oh, they were waiting on the Alchemist TP. He cancels.
I mean, I think GH is dead.
Yeah. No way out of that one. Although, I think Noob is going to try and keep this tower alive now because of that. Dude, what a breakneck pace we got.
Yeah, this is much faster than some of the other games have been. Especially, you know, this is elimination day here. So, starting in game 1. Flying out here with both teams. Not playing super passive or anything, as now they're back on to Noob here in that bottom lane, talking about saving that tower. I don't know. Someone might need to save him.
All surrounded. He does still have Echo. And with Ghost moving in, they're actually going to try and turn this. Echo used. Toronto Tokyo low and Toronto Tokyo dead. Just an absolute slugger of a match going on here, and will end up stunning himself on the Alchemist. Mira is just everywhere on this bait.
All right, nice save. Puts a lot of gold into the pocket. That Earthshaker, who of course is at one of the weaker points in his game right now, sitting on just phase, null, bracer, working your way towards that blink dagger. You need a little bit of help to get there from your teammates.
So the way that I'm thinking about this, and correct me if I'm wrong, is that there's like this early pressure coming from the Enchantress, but eventually when you get that blink dagger on Earthshaker, that's when Nigma are going to be trying to play a little bit more aggressively, or are they just going to be trying to dodge away considering how it started?
Oh no, I think certainly they'll be getting aggressive. They'll start trying to pressure towers themselves with this Invoker. Like as he stacks up in the levels, he's got his Helm Creep. They're going to try and get like stuns into kisses, and while they're doing that, Shaker's just going to be lurking. And if you ever try and make the big turnaround play, you bring the defense, that's when you want to go in with the Shaker, you know?
Okay.
But there's also the idea of like, we just need to make space for Alex. They don't have to go too crazy.
Okay. Well, a Nightmare pulls him back in, the cookie out, more kisses landing, Mira dead. And threatening any movement. The Galaxy going to match the aggression coming from Aurora as they take the mid tower now.
Man, the Invoker really complements these two supports very nicely. Like, he's providing these bodies as they pressure the towers. Pugna's got this ability to just blast the tower down with Nether Blast, and then you have your Snapfire who's just threatening the whole time of, like, I have stuns from these creeps from the Invoker that I can cookie them onto you, which he's doing consistently, and if I ever hit it, you're getting hit by the kisses too.
Yeah, will happen.
So this is the response instead by Aurora, is that they're going to try and pressure these side lane towers. This is hoping to maybe like slow down some of the pace of the Alchemist, threaten him so that he's not as comfortable going down to those Ancients again. But it's still going to require an actual like positioning and staying power from Aurora down here, which might be hard to dedicate.
Smoke up with 4. Sumail, the only hero in the direction that they're going. Blink Dagger also not done for Toronto Tokyo, interestingly enough. And they will go for the arena hit and kill onto Omar. But we're probably hoping for a bigger target there.
Yeah, I think Sumail will be very happy with that considering his current positioning.
Kiyotaka, Noob, and a little bit of, I mean, he knows about the Invis-Rune though, or at least he should. Oh, all right, yeah, he's just gonna walk away as the fissure is out. He's slowed.
Oh, the tree blocked him.
Else.
Yeah, I thought he could keep going a little bit further, but
nice deny. GH.
Trying to get his level 6. Still just stuck at 5 right now.
Shadow Fiend is still over here. And doesn't have TP for 15. I mean, they scanned him. Did they know he's down here still? There's no way. Okay, so Shadow Fiend will get away with one there. But a Radiant stun, 13 minutes. Also a very quick Blink Dagger done on Mars.
It's also ready for Noob here too. So yeah, we got a pretty strong timing right now. They're gonna let Alk farm it up for a little bit, and they're gonna try and start moving up towards Sumail and his Croaker here. So we're gonna try a little bit of Cold Snap, Tornado, Tendrils, all trying to bait TPs in so that Noob can crush some fools.
Not at full HP right now on Noob as they spot Nightfall. They thought he was going over to the creep camp, but he's actually right by the tower. Do have the setup for it if they want. Waiting, back behind. There it is. Echo out with the Croaker. It is more than enough, but Mira over to the side will find one. Omar passes over the Nightmare and now trying to back away, but the grip is there, immediately broken. This is falling apart for Aurora. Toronto Tokyo also doesn't have Arena.
Yeah, no, he
does. He does
ready to
have
go.
it back up again. He's just deciding he doesn't want to use it. Okay.
I was a little worried for Nigma there, I gotta say. Like, without the Alk and then diving that deep, but the cancel on the grip was huge. So, I kind of thought they were gonna try and get that kill, at least start it without having to use the kisses. Once they commit the kisses, though, it's kind of scary in terms of a potential turnaround. Now they're ready to turn. Look at this, though. The Fisher up the high ground from Noob hits 2. That is not a Radiant Ward.
Yeah, I guess they just thought that there weren't up there and he was grabbing a creep wave or something, but Sumail is dead now because of it.
Whoops. And Noob's just like, wow, really glad I didn't go up there, huh? Not the place to be. Well, that guy, you're probably thinking, wow, didn't he just buy a Radiance on that hero? How does he have a Blink already? Well, that's Alchemist, and he had some giant stacks. Now,
nice
though...
Cookie.
Oh.
Toronto Tokyo's still living. Oh, if they had a Sunstrike. Yeah, Alk is starting to become a bit of an issue. That is a scary situation here.
Let's see, the Sunstrike's at 475 now, where he's good.
So Nightfall, after finishing off his Midas, is going to be going back for a Radiance of his own. The question is, are we going to wait for Ghost to finish BKB before he shows up to a fight? It's a possibility.
I'm going to go with if it's the river, you can come.
Okay.
Any further than the river, I'd prefer if you had your life jacket BKB, please.
All right. That's good. I like that. Yeah, to get across the river, you need a life jacket.
Yeah. So try telling that to all the carry players, maybe.
Well, 8-6. 16 minutes in. Showing on mid lane. The Earthshaker. And with Radiance done, are Aurora going to try and amp up the tempo now? Looks like there's something brewing down bottom.
Oh, this is a good find on Nightfall.
And they get him. Nightfall, immediately found and killed. And keep in mind, this is a carry Doom, as they do also find Noob over in the river. He is going to be brought down. You
know, Lyrical, it's never good when you have to remind people who the carry hero is. It's a bad sign for your game plan. I'm going to throw it out there.
Yeah, it's looking a little sketch right now for Aurora. Nigma having all the answers in the world, and Toronto Tokyo just zips right by as a Ghost Alchemist passes over the top of him.
Now, this is the part where we have to we try to bring it back down to earth, right? Where we're like, well, it's only a 3K lead with an Alchemist, a classic caster line. I don't really know how true that is anymore. It doesn't feel like that anymore, you know?
I mean, it is a 3K gold lead with an Alchemist, but I don't know how much.
It doesn't feel as fraudulent as it used to, though.
Whoa. Doom down. Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, it's...
Ghost, Mira, Kitaka, we're partying on the Radiant side of the map over here.
Oh, yeah, that will do it.
Oh, yeah.
That will do it, and this does not feel as good as that did. And in fact, they might not even get the kill. All right, Mira's breaking ankles. Get the hell out of here. Omar, you don't have a way to break it. There's nothing left. You disgusting man.
Oh, the better luck next time.
Mira.
Doesn't fit much better than that, does it?
They had a family. Oh, jeez.
I gotta say, the sleepwalk into the Requiem is pretty nasty. Like, the way that it crosses right over there. That was 1,780 damage from a Requiem.
Because that's the most that
that's gross.
They can't be on top of each other any more than they were right there.
Like you don't see that very often.
Oh, jeez. All right, just when we thought that things... I mean, now it's not a 3K gold lead anymore. Hulk blows up
it's not.
once.
And I guess that's another point to make is that we talk about how it is a carry Doom, but really it is a carry Shadow Fiend, you know?
Yeah, that's true.
He is playing that the more one style out of the mid. As, well, this is not a replay, folks. They're on Ghost again in the triangle. There is no Requiem this time, but he's still dead.
How many units away was that from where he died before?
Now, but one sleepwalk's worth, I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I'm not sure.
Look how much vision there is up top there as well for Aurora. You know what I mean? Like they are controlling that space, recognizing that hey, this is ours. They don't seem to be contesting this. In fact, they've just got ob sentries everywhere over there.
Wow. Okay. Well, that really changes the dynamic of this game with 2 deaths on Ghost. 19 minutes and all of the wind out of the sails of Nigma right now. Sumail underneath the ward. Not sure if this is going to end up translating into any kills. Mira is here, though, and if he steps on up, there's a decent chance that you could move on over here.
This feels really bad because Sumail went for this BKB right away as well.
Yeah.
And, like, now you've just lost your carry twice, so you're trying to, like, force fights, but you also don't really want to, so he's still just waiting on this BKB from
Oh, they find Noob.
Alchemist as well.
Yeah, I mean, this Bane, dude, this Bane is doing it. Honestly, he's got grip still if he needs it, but I think that they can just get away with this one.
Sumail thinking about poking his head in there, but thinks better. Well, Sumail's trying to game a little bit here.
Anto, low but not dead yet. Sunstrike! He knew.
All right, now he's after him, though. Kiyotaka, he's not done yet.
Chasing, he's moving pretty quick and forces the BKB TP.
Okay, space. Making space. 550 golds until Ghost's BKB, and they can actually try and get a little bit more aggressive with this Alchemist. Of course, that's if he doesn't die again here. Because the vision, they're on. Oh, they're going to take the easy one instead.
Yeah. Spear back onto that tree. A couple raises done. They are just getting pulled apart. Like, the vision game and the way that they've been setting up these kills, Bane has been a menace. And now Toronto Tokyo finds GH. There's the spear back. Another death.
What is that? That's at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 kills, I think, in a row for Aurora or something?
Yeah.
Around there? It's out of hand here, folks.
Yeah, this like, what is that? 7-8 minute window that we've thought that they were going to be able to get something going. It's all completely gone the way of Aurora.
Yeah, you went Helm into BKB, and then your team lost 7 heroes. That feels terrible as a mid.
Well, they do still manage to get a BKB on Ghost finally, and, you know, there's something to be said for an Alacrity'd Alchemist with BKB punching people, but now Aurora also have some answers for that. It's a BKB done on Shadow Fiend.
Yeah.
And 21 minutes.
There's also still a 9-seconder on the Mars, and Doom is just the recipe away, and already obviously very tanky, so his is probably the least important.
10-13, a 4,000 gold lead for Aurora.
And meanwhile, we just have Mira, like, walking the edges of the map.
Yeah.
You know, all confident in his Bane. If I die, whatever. But if you're alone, my teammates are going to come and obliterate you all. He's going to walk into a very dangerous wave right now.
Guys, are you there? I think he knows. Maybe he doesn't, though, you know?
No, you know, he can't see anything.
Voice, go. All right, this is...
Be very quiet. Nigma, don't say... Oh, my God.
They got him.
All right. This is what they were trying to do like 6 minutes ago. And then we got a little off the rails, but they're back.
They're ready to push. Really well played by Aurora just to completely halt that timing in its tracks. And Aurora potentially looking for a fight. They are all converging down to the bottom lane. Toronto Tokyo first person in. Actually, the Wild Ripper is
just playing really greedy up here. He is committing for that tower.
Yeah, he's hoping that they're going to go to kill him, and he actually
TP's
TP's
they got
out. Ghost in
TP.
trouble. BKB needs to run away. The stun will be there, but does he have friends? BKB reaction from Toronto Tokyo. They're going to let him die. They couldn't have stopped it if they wanted it to.
Not again. Not another one. Not another one.
Felt the wind from the spear.
It was coming.
Kiyotaka. Oh no! Oh no! You can see it all on the face right there of Noob. Everywhere you walk, Aurora are set up and prepared and killing you.
They need to stop going up that set of stairs. It has not gone well for them.
You're right. It's that set of stairs. It's the triangle.
Ancients. They just need to stay away.
I mean, look at this. Look at Kiyotaka. He knows where he's going to go. Look at that TP on the mini-map to run down where Noob is going to be.
Yeah. Recognize, oh, they're going to go through the twin gate. I'm just going to head up there. Well, this was supposed to be Nigma's Roche, I would say. But that is obviously not going to be happening anymore.
Aurora looking so good. Just one step ahead consistently.
And this is a 6K lead versus an Alchemist. There, that's the line again.
That very nice, very nice.
We've been doing that for like a decade or something, I think.
It has been a decade, yeah. I think they left Roche's banner in the pit, but, you know, that's fine. Oh, it's a fairy fire, excuse me.
We're good, don't worry.
So bots for the Invoker. And at this point, I'm not exactly sure what the game plan is. You know, things have gone poorly for Nigma.
You know, famously, you know, they lower bracket.
Oh, yeah.
Early game, maybe, is the other one of that phrase. You know, maybe the early game's just not for them. Maybe they're a late game team.
Well, they're definitely going to try and push to late game. Because at this point, trying to win fights at this stage is very difficult. They do force out an arena here. And with the Aegis in hand, could try and make a concerted effort to shut down all the rest of these tier 2 towers here.
Nightfall, is he going to see that Fisher? Oh, noob.
Kiyotaka.
Noob.
Why is it everywhere I go, I see you?
Yeah.
Why is it everywhere I go, they see him? Oh, accepting his fate.
All right. GH trying to find something for his team, pushing that bottom wave as they're losing at tier 2, but even he's going to retreat now as he sees the Bane on his way. Fearing Mira. Mira, though, ooh, getting close to Sumail. Is there detection? There is. How sensy are his spider sensies?
That was really good.
How tingly
Nicely
are
done.
they, perhaps?
Don't ask that about the players.
Hey, he's a hard fish to find, all right?
Right. It's a good
that
point.
Invoker.
So, 11 to 17, and having to dodge away from every move. Yeah, 8, 1, and 6. Shadow Fiend is just a monster. Kiyotaka, though, maybe a chance. Jump in, stun. It's Aegis on Doom, not on this guy. Kiyotaka gets the BKB off, though, and manages to escape. Mira, Brain Sap, healing back up again, but manages to get caught. Tornado, dead. Signs of life here from Nigma.
A good 4-staff save from Mira, but that's cost him his life in the end. Goes jumping forward, wants somebody, but despite greeting for the Mad Stone with his Midas, he still escapes there on Nightfall. They got a very sneaky ward inside their base as well. Pretty early for the high ground ward planted by Mira. So that's going to be spotting a lot of courier movements. That's going to let them catch them. That's going to let them find where they're moving on the map so they can stand at the top of a set of stairs and hit them with another Requiem. And now he's got an Aghanims to boot.
I mean, they are hitting hard right now on the Aurora gaming lineup.
This feels like a mid-shadow theme. Like the way he's been swagging out this game, this is vintage SF. This is not these position 1 SFs of the modern day.
Well, right, and of course it always starts with like an Earthshaker rotating and killing you, and then you just like completely ball out of control after the laning stage.
As is tradition.
Now, miss a couple raises here and there, but nobody's looking.
They're getting a closeout gem here, trying to make sure that the map is all under their control here for Panto. Very good, solid gameplay here. As you can see, 3-0 on Kiyotaka's Shadow Fiend. That's actually including this game. We've already decided
Oh, yeah.
That he has won.
I see.
Okay,
I
that's not
see.
true.
Makes sense. I mean, they're still getting some items. You know, AC on Alchemist. You've got some elements here that can start to feel pretty good. I think the big moment and the thing to watch for is, you know, Noob, who has just been bullied this game, as we're seeing again.
That couldn't have come at a better time.
I think that he's going to need to have to make a big play. And it's going to be tough when you're dead.
You know, he has a lot of health, and then he just doesn't.
Yeah.
That's how it goes.
They kill him off, man. Aghanim Scepter, soon to be online for Sumail. I think the thing that's so tough about it is that there isn't like a hero right now on Nigma that can like force Aurora to group up. There's nothing that's going to push them into a ball together.
Yes, the only thing that can really do it is high ground itself.
Right.
As Toronto Tokyo grabs another kill here without using an arena. So they're basically counting on Aurora making a mistake and getting a little bit too aggressive with their lead. Now, this is a very small lead by this TI standards.
Oh, yeah.
And we've had plenty of comebacks, so things are not set in stone at all right now. It's very much a potential to return to form here for Nigma in this game. They just need that poor positioning to come out from Aurora. That's really what it comes down to.
Right.
And Aurora very likely to just try and clean up these tier 2s, wait for the next Aegis, and maybe even a pickoff or two before going high ground.
Yeah. Something they could look towards.
Because I don't want to get echoed into giant Sunstrike, like Cataclysm, like no thanks.
I mean, it is a nice little window here coming up, right? The Aghanims, the Yashikaya, AC completed now too. There's a lot happening, although they just finished one for Doom too. So mitigating that problem. Really, to me, it's like I feel like team fighting has been good from Aurora, but not like significantly better than Nigma. It's more the map movements that have been the issue. Like, Aurora have been able to predict where Nigma are going, find pickoffs then because of good vision. If it just gets down to a team fight, I could see some potential for Nigma to play it better.
Yeah, they're already predicting the movement that Nigma are currently drawing on the map.
Yeah.
They said, like, hey, they're going to try and wrap around behind us. Let's go ahead with these 3 heroes.
And they're going to. Mira breaks it. Ghost. They're going to try and find him now. Has to back away. Toronto Tokyo Arena's nothing. Oh. Thought he was going to be able to find Sumail there, but was not the case. Arena down. Maybe an opportunity here for Nigma.
Was that just because of how his smoke popped, I'm guessing?
That's the only thing that makes sense.
Yeah, I was keeping an eye on the other part of the fight there, but... All right. Finally, a miss here for Aurora.
Maybe he probably thought GH glimmered the Alk when he got stunned.
Yeah, instead of the... Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, unfortunately for them, though, it still just gives them Tormentor. You know,
Right.
it drives Nigma back. There's no chance they can contest. Probably didn't want to anyway. Oh, they scanned the Twin Gate.
Looking.
They know they're coming through. This could be a big moment here for Nigma.
But look, Aurora's already prepared for it, it feels like. Is Kiyotaka going to show? Sumail sends out a creep. And I think they realize now what's going on. Although they don't have Bane or Doom, they can't go for it. Now, they're waiting for, like, the perfect fight, it feels like, and I'm just not sure if that's going to come that easily. Yeah, TP away.
Well, Commander Croker and his Forge Spirits will just keep pushing the wave in.
And as has happened a lot at this TI, you push towards the later game, anything is possible. 3 minutes until Roche is capable of respawning a Shadow Blade.
I love that.
On Nightfall.
A little bit of lurking.
Oh, very cool. Noob, is he going to get found again? No, he backs away. Nightfall's
Also,
still on the hunt.
Yeah, he just walked through a sentry, though. And I
Okay.
think within creep vision. Looked like a ping was out there from Noob. They do have that gem on Sumail, so he's perhaps going to do a little bit of hunting of his own. He's a slow Ghost Walker, though.
Doesn't have as much up in Wex yet.
Not too zippy.
And an Aeon Disc is the pick for the Mars.
We've got about a minute until the Roche spawn here.
We have seen a pretty big increase in the number of Aeons picked.
Oh yeah, 100%. Been a big item this tournament. It's kind of the, you know, we didn't throw by a single death item, I guess. Especially for supports, you know, you just want to get one round of your spells out.
Yeah.
Ideally. But, I mean, certainly a growth of them on cores. That is definitely true. Way more on cores than usual.
Well, they're pressuring. This would be the first tier 2 tower that would be taken. Kiyotaka down bottom. And it looks like they are trying to commit fully for this and taking it out. So tier 2 tower taken. No ward up on this high ground. Toronto Tokyo in towards mid. Sees the acid spray down. Not seeing anything else yet.
I mean, we have 8-second BKBs on the Alk and the Invoker still. We have a Basher, so he's going to roll the dice until he gets his Abyssal up. That could be a big change for them potentially in these engagements. We have a Refresher now done for the Shadow Fiend as he starts poking at the Roche. And how far are they going to go here on Nigma? Are they just going to start? Okay, they were considering attacking the top tower with
Toronto
Pugna.
Tokyo, blink away. Gets some separation. Ghost jumps forward, finds him. Doom onto Noob right at the start of this fight. And this one feels very tough to make work. Ghost is still punching Nightfall, realizes that's not going to work. Now, they do end up losing Noob. He has buyback if they want to use it, but I think this fight is just over.
Yeah.
Man, Doom has been such a clutch pick for them.
Yeah, Nightfall's been doing extremely well in this. He knows his job, you know?
Yeah.
Did really well in his lane. He's consistently getting the good Dooms. He's scouting out with the Shadow Blade, and he has ruined Noob's game.
Yes.
Like, from the lane to the middle game, and now heading into the later parts of it, he's just not getting to play some Dota. And this is going to be the banner as he finishes out into a Silver Edge, because why not?
Cataclysm, they dodge away. And Roche going into the direction of Aurora. They give it to Nightfall again.
Yeah, curious if he goes Refresher maybe next, because the Dooms have just been so easy. Can they find an answer to these Dooms at all? Like, there's a Lincoln's being eyed by Sumail. There's a Lotus on the mind of GH as well, but, you know, it'll be a while.
Yeah, and I think because of these supports that they have, so much of the fight has been, like, indexed on the idea of Earthshaker getting control spells out. And, you know, even when we were thinking about this game, we were thinking, okay, they're going to doom the Alchemist.
GH.
And they just instead have been dooming Noob. And yeah, that's unfortunate.
It's just like,
oh, no.
so unbelievably dead.
Not again. Noob. They're going to jump on Amira, though, and it's enough to bring him down. And Ghost pops the BKB to run.
There's no Doom for 10 seconds.
Oh, Nightfall's hunting, though. He wants him. Noob manages to get a kill, but will be punished afterwards.
Mid lane as well. Sumail is chucking some spells at Kiyotaka here.
He is fine,
Just
though.
letting him know.
Yeah.
He's taking a little test here. Like, how much can I do to this guy if we actually start to stun him?
All right, Lincoln's done. Abyssal Blade done. Ghost is back to the most farmed hero in the game and can hit very hard.
Even though he's an alchemist, I'm still kind of impressed.
Yeah.
Considering how this game has been going.
It is kind of nuts. The thing is, like, if the fights keep going like this, I just don't see a way that they can engage into him. Aurora have been so clean.
Listen, if there's anything I've learned from reading about ancient history or
Doom
watching,
on Lincoln's.
nailed it, or watching funny videos about ancient history, it's
Okay.
that no matter what the numbers are in any battle, all you had to do was tactically retreat and then pincer around them, and nothing seemed to matter, and it worked every single time. That's
that a
what I
thing?
learned from Hannibal. Yeah, that's all he did. He just did it constantly.
I
And they
like
would
that.
just be like, they're retreating, and they charge in, and then they get collapsed on, and they all die. So obviously,
Dude, these generals
Kuro,
are a fraud.
they were major frauds. But you know who's not a fraud is Kuro.
Yeah,
Because
he's not playing Trent.
That's right. He's read history. No, but he trains them.
Okay.
He
I
trains them,
see.
okay? He teaches them this. And he says, remember, you know, when you're down 11K and it seems like Kiyotaka is the king of the world, just Let them come in.
Yeah.
And then pincer all at once.
I see.
The pincer will come.
We're waiting for the pincer. Toronto Tokyo jumps in. Arena down. Catches onto 2, but there's the BKB out. Kiyotaka deletes Omar. Sumail going to ghost walk away. The tactical retreat. I'm waiting for the pincer.
They're retreating.
Sumail, he's found. Arena gets caught. Oh, he's speared to the side, but he's actually living for now. Cataclysm combination. It's not enough. The BKB second salvo. Ghost now trying to hit. Manages to find a bash, though. Oh, Kiyotaka, they're on the hunt, wanting this kill desperately, and they do manage to get it. He's hitting the H's target now, though, so that's not great, but they do manage to kill him off still. Ethereal dodges away. Ghost in trouble. They have infinite BKBs, apparently.
Omar trying to get back into the base.
This is a dieback for him. Noob could still chase if he wants, but there's nothing left in the tank. Okay.
Signs of life.
It's still into the favor of Aurora, but they bleed.
They do indeed. Not by much, though. Like
No.
300 gold. Does put a big dieback on the snap. That's not great. But some XP over to the Radiant. Maybe some next round of items here. Aegis is now gone, so the high ground push is probably not going to happen from Aurora. Overall, pretty good.
Dude, can I just tell you, if
Please.
Noob ever hits a huge Echo Slam in this game, it's like the endorphin levels for him.
like his keyboard's not going to survive.
It's unbelievable how frustrating of a game it is. Have you ever been doomed 5 times in 25 minutes? Like, it's insane.
I feel like GH, every time it happens, GH just reaches over, touches him on the shoulder, and he, oh, it's okay.
It's gonna be okay,
It's gonna
buddy.
be okay.
Don't worry. Yeah, he's buying a Lincoln's next. Do not doubt, or do not hate that at all.
Yeah, he doesn't currently have any. I mean, he's got the harpoon, I suppose, now, so got something to do.
Also, a Hex soon completed. It's flying out for the Mars.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say the Shadow Fiend.
Oh, no.
Oh, my thing was. I'm sorry, oh, he has it queued up, but now he's going bots. Okay.
I mean, the bots too, if he finishes those off, means that the game is that much harder playing with Mira, right? Like.
Oh yeah, 100%. And also the buyback threat becomes
Yes.
very real, and he is finishing them. So now he has no buyback. Interestingly enough.
Yeah, they're missing buyback on everybody except for Bane.
Well, they are feeling like they are ready to end this game, really.
Feast of Souls grants cast speed too. The talent for the Shadow Fiend, and has the bots 2 done. Is this going to be a Tormentor for Nigma, it looks like? Or are they trying
It's
to
an interesting one.
get out on the map and
No,
find a kill?
it will be theirs, yeah. Maybe they're hoping to catch someone coming to prep for it, but yeah, I mean, it spawns up. They're all here.
Maybe they're hoping that that's where Aurora was going to go for it, like you said. And
Yeah. I mean,
Actually,
yeah,
they
they're
are
coming to the
over
Twin
here.
Gate. Are they coming through? Panto? No? No.
Oh, Nightfall's over this way.
Now they know.
Okay. Yeah, they get the Tormentor, so Sumail picks that one up for himself.
That's the Forge Spear, right? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, that one's kind of cool, actually.
Cataclysm?
The amount of Forge Spirits that spawn if you get a Cataclysm on everybody is pretty nuts. They just need Noob to hold everybody still for them.
Perfect. Just simply do that.
Nightfall in the hunt again. Not able to find anybody easily. And as has been the case in this tournament so far, we're at 40 minutes and looking to go later.
And nobody knows what's going to happen.
Yeah.
It still feels like it can go either way for sure. Aurora with a solid lead, but, you heard KJ being interviewed saying, we don't throw.
Yeah.
That's how they've won 8 games in a row. They get these leads, they don't throw. Sumail doing his best not to throw. He's going to throw.
Jumps
Myers up
in,
the air.
gets the Abyssal Blade. There's the Doom down. Got him caught already. No escape for Ghost. And that is a rough hero to lose. Jumps in, second Arena. Finds the connection onto GH, but now Sumail turns. He can't right-click through it. Oh, 2 dead. Big
And
Arena used.
Yeah, not even close for a buyback here. Tier 2s are all gone. Like, this could easily sweep for 2 racks here.
Jumps in, Echo, Cataclysm, big damage isn't enough. No, Kiyotaka, he lives. They pass over a Lotus to boot, and now Sumail is in further trouble. He's gonna get Arena to the side. They pull him back in with a harpoon. Sumail cooking right into Kiyotaka's death. Oh, it's way too much. They're gonna buy back en masse and try and stop the pain.
Oh, another 4-step.
But there is no stop to this train. It just keeps on rolling through them.
4-step your buddy out, Sproink back on Panto. Very nicely done.
It was looking like it could have maybe been a hold there. I mean, at the very least, they do hold high ground. They've not lost buildings yet, but they're losing so much net worth.
Tokyo, he's hungry.
They find him here. Tornado lift up, Nightfall Doom, got him.
Ooh, grab him.
Another salvo, another one. The Lotus coming just a bit too late. And Nightfall moves on in to make sure that the job is finished. As they glimmer, it is not gonna matter. Oh man, 24,000 gold leave, and Aurora trying to close this one out here.
I mean, Kiyotaka's just pushing in bottom while holding these bots too as well. Like, you can't really threaten here. Another Arena.
Toronto Tokyo finds the jump onto GH Ghost onto him, though. They want to get some retribution, but look at the Aeon Disc in the walkaway. Do they have enough to keep him alive? The grip onto Ghost. They get the cookie to break it. Ghost, the turn, needs a batch, finds it. Maybe an opportunity. Ghost hits on a Night. He just doesn't do enough damage, man.
He just tickles.
He needs Alacrity. They need Cataclysm. They need something.
He's
4
losing his
steps.
ulti.
It's not happening.
And Kiyotaka, 6-2 and 18 right now. Back on the high ground. He's had enough. He's getting out of there. Wow, this is truly the heroic methodology. Do not throw.
Yeah.
26K. There's no wave. Let's just back, guys.
It's the right move. I mean, it makes sense.
There is a dunk there, I suppose. Seems a little excessive.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's true. There's no buyback for timer on all 3 of the heroes. And it's just like an Auk without ulti at the point when they were retreating. But understanding the danger.
I mean, they've seen enough games, I suppose, right?
It's true enough. I mean, Shaker here is going for the Lincolns, but I almost feel like you just need to go like big, all out, like refresher or something, you know? Because I feel like, I mean, I don't know. There's so many problems with the draft at this point when they're down 27,000 gold. Plus, anything is a problem.
Even if he had refresher, it's going to be pretty hard to use it all.
Yeah, true enough.
It's got issues.
I mean, the Bane causes issues too. Even if you BKB, you're still going to get disabled. Such a tough game for Nigma. And Aurora waltzing their way to the finals here. Seeing if they can make it work. And there it is. Jump in, the sleep, the hex, the spear, the doom. Ghost dead again. 100 seconds. No buyback. Needs 500 gold to be returning to this game. And they are going for bounties, it looks like. Just hoping to find something.
All right, they have put the cheese and the refresher shard in the pit. Panto pings it. He's like, guys, I can't really use this. Does anyone want refresher shard? All right, he's just like the shopping bag, I guess. Panto has to carry it to them. They're too busy going to grab more gold and waves and stuff.
I think Mira should take it probably because everybody else has refresher orbs. And yeah, he passes it over. So potential for double Fiend script in this one.
Yeah, refresher might be a good item, guys. I'm just throwing it out there.
It's way too good.
Alrighty. My panel has returned. Hands up if you think Nigma can do it. Oh my god, they all have their hands up. That's crazy. They're such believers.
Hex pulls it back. GH gets obliterated. Aurora, 1 kill. Another hero without buyback as the tier 3 goes down. Aurora trying to punch their ticket here to the International. See if they can make their way to the main event. As Nightfall hits, you still have 15 seconds, no Ghost. Arena on nothing.
Zoning Arena, zoning.
Keeps them back from the tower.
That's
they
right.
do have a glyph. They got 10 seconds, 7 on Ghost. Do they go before he's back up? It's probably the best chance that they're going to have, and it's not a great chance. Lincoln's already blown. Now goes, jumps, backline, finds him, onto Mira, a good initiation, Cataclysm dead. Okay, maybe an opportunity. Kiyotaka, there's no detection. They can't see the Shadow Fiend running away. Toronto Tokyo does start to drop, and with the bash there, Aeon Disc, there it is, Tornado lift up, and it should be enough, but Nightfall comes back and gets the Doom onto the Invoker, and Kiyotaka says, get the hell out of my game, as they will move forward, take the first game in this series. Aurora, one away from TI.
It is most certainly his game. Kiyotaka absolutely crushing it on the Shadow Fiend. He was set up very well by his supports and his side lane cores, but he had the job of being the big damage, of making a few swag plays in the early game, and Kiyotaka delivered massively.
An incredible performance already, game number one. Enigma trying to figure out what went wrong. Might have started with the draft, might have been some play, but I got some people that are going to break it all down for you back at the panel.
Oh yeah, we're definitely going to let you guys know just where it went right for Aurora and where it all went wrong for Nigma Galaxy. In our game number one, Aurora take it in quite a commanding fashion. It might have been a glimmer of hope every now and then, Fly, but for yourself, when you looked at this draft, you said it comes down to that mid lane. What exactly is going to happen between them? Is Sumail and this Evoker going to be just that slight advantage to be able to propel them into a lead?
I think, honestly, Aurora sort of just slowed down mid lane, so they didn't let Sumail snowball too hard, and they actually focused on the other lanes. We saw that they were able to take top tower super early with the Doom and the Ench, and then the Doom was able to rotate bottom and help take that tower. So they played it a little differently than I thought, but they were able to damage control. And then eventually, they just hit all their timings. Beautiful catching this entire game by the Mars and the Bane. They got so many pickups everywhere that at some point Kiyotaka just popped off, you know, and I think Nightfall, he did a great job this game, but he wasn't even as pivotal compared to the other heroes.
Yeah, and for you, Ray, you're saying, you know, this Bane pick, sometimes we really see the strength of it, obviously good for lanes, but the pickoffs, and that's what we really saw it excel with this time around.
Yeah, I was watching how they all played the early game. Obviously, they did invade the triangle and block the camps a few times. I saw Nigma trying to deal with that. It was actually interesting. They didn't have that much damage early. Like, I think there was one point where Bane and Mars both went bot and tried to kill Shaker, and they didn't have enough damage for it, and that actually turned into like a turnaround kill onto the Mars instead. Meanwhile, like, Nigma were able to group up mid with Pugna's Snapfire damage, push the tower with the Helm on Invoker and get a tower that way. I thought that looked really nice for a while. Like, when Nigma were kind of playing together, it looked super lovely. But then Nigma really started to split their heroes around the map, and that's when I think we saw so much impact coming out from like Bane Nightmare setup onto a spear. They were just catching people over and over and over again on the top side and the bottom side, utilizing the gates and TPs to constantly chase down Nigma.
Where is that line here for you of seeing your cores farming it up, taking the most of the map that you do have, compared to, hey, we're kind of just split and we can't retaliate against anything that Aurora are doing?
It's really hard in a game like this, and I think they tried to make some plays on the side with like Shaker and Invoker, but it just didn't really yield anything, and as a result, Noob was just like critically underfarmed this game. He needed to have much more items than he did, but on the other side, like Toronto Tokyo, this is like one of the best games I've ever seen him play. Like, he played so well on this Mars, and when I think of his hero pool in general, like, Mars is a hero, yeah, I know he plays, but I didn't know he played it this well. This is definitely one of his best games, and I'm really happy to see that we had Kiyotaka back on like this first pick Shadow Fiend type of playstyle, because I feel like when Aurora was looking really good, this is what they were doing. And yeah, just to kind of look at those two heroes in general, Mars plus Shadow Fiend seems almost unstoppable this tournament. Every time those two heroes are on the same team, it just feels so easy to play. You just big AoE fight, team fight ults, and they synchronize so well with each other, and it's very difficult to play against.
Yeah, looking at those two mid laners, I know we had that slight highlight there at the end game scoreboard. But Fly, both of these mid laners, I was about to say, both these off laners came from mid lane. You can almost coin them as mid laners, right? And they've made that transition. Noob a little bit longer time spent in the off lane compared to Toronto Tokyo. You know, he had to go through position 5 and then back up to position 3. But it feels like the impacts are just so different, the way that they were playing around these supports. And the way
Yeah.
that they played their heroes.
Yeah, I think Toronto Tokyo had a much better read on this game and how to play his hero. I think Noob had some cool ideas that he did, like an early rotation to mid lane, but he never quite took off when it comes to his farm. He was the lowest net worth core for a long while by a good amount. He was like 2 or 3k behind. And I think Shaker is a hero that farms quite fast. You can kill waves out of fog. It's just, I think he misplayed this game on Noob, and even though he's a good Shaker, he might not have played this offlane role very much, or maybe misunderstood something, but I think Toronto Tokyo outperformed him by quite a bit.
Yeah, Toronto Tokyo was initiating like crazy, blinking in fear. There was the 37-minute fight, I think it was, that you wanted to take a look at exactly, and it was the refreshers that came out for...
Yeah, when it gets like this stage of the game, you do have refreshers on not only Mars, but the Shadow Fiend, but you kind of just see this combination. It's so powerful, because as it comes later in the game, you get 2 SF ults, you get 2 arenas, and this happened time and time again. Shadow Fiend didn't really need to use his ult here, but it is available for the upcoming fight. But yeah, just Toronto Tokyo, as you can see in this fight and many others, found the initiation when it mattered and got so many key pickoffs, and that's just like the story of this game. And we didn't talk much about the Doom in this game, their last pick, but like he was just cruising, you know, like he didn't really have to do much, kind of provided a little bit damage. It really was just the Kiyotaka and Toronto Tokyo show.
Yeah, you did say that Doom would have to doom the Alk. How many times did he doom the Alk?
0, I think.
Yeah, I think so too. Do you feel like then it was as important, the impact of the doom on the Alk, or could we have...
He could have been playing a Meepo this game and they still would have won.
Meepo mentioned...
Boy, what's wrong with Meepo? You said it like it's a bad thing.
It's nothing wrong. I'm just saying he could have been a Meepo.
Just throwing a hero
He
out
could have
there.
been any hero.
Any hero, yeah.
Could have been Dawnbreaker carry.
Would have been cool.
Yeah, it was banned, but
Yeah.
point being is he didn't have to do much. Like, Toronto Tokyo played so well and Kiyotaka that they just took the game over.
Yeah. It makes me not worried, but we've always coined Aurora as that team that, you know, they excel one game and you don't really know what to expect game number 2. Is there that consistency in their back pocket for them, Rhea?
Maybe not, but judging by that first game, I do think they look really clean and really on top of things. Watching their map movement was like... Nigma would do a nice move, right? 21 minutes, they like smoke their heroes together with Shaker. Finally, they get him involved properly. They go get a pick off on bot lane, and then they start to pressure the tier 2 tower. But like every time they made a move like that, Aurora was always making a move back. Like they were also bringing 5 heroes in game ready in position, so that when Nigma then TP'd a couple of heroes away, they instantly get a pick off. They get kills, and then you already then have Kiyotaka on SF TPing top in preparation for Nigma's heroes being like, well, they just show bot. Obviously, top is safe. No, it's not safe. And then you get a pick up there as well. And it felt like they were just playing the map so well with their heroes, so fast, so reactive. I feel really good about Aurora's chance right now.
Yeah. You said clean, and I think that's a really key word for this one. It was clean. The early game was just so good by them, these movements that were happening, especially towards the side lane. Someone who likes to look at the action that isn't always on screen is, of course, Purge.
Thanks, Nat. Yeah, these side lane ganks by Aurora were incredibly well done. They really focused on those in a good way. Check out these first couple ganks that they did on Ghost. We caught this one on stream, of course, but Mir just walking up, planning to do Nightmare. He did get spotted by Ghost briefly, I think. So I think Ghost maybe could have made a informed decision. There's a chance I'm getting ganked here, but he ends up getting killed here on the side lane. About a minute later, he goes to the same spot. Very reminiscent clip, this time of Fiend's Grip, into an arena, into a kill. So 2 big deaths on Ghost finally put him at about the same net worth as his other opponents. And then basically how the game transitions is, this is a very normal place for creeps to be. Anybody is not going to show their hero in this lane because that means that it's very easy to spot your hero. So what teams do sometimes is they get vision on the spot next to it. So what Sumail is going to do is he's going to use his little summons to basically push this lane out so that he doesn't have to reveal where his hero is. So this ward ends up being really useful. Aurora can use this information to find where their enemies are and make decisions about when's a good time to initiate. And in this case, they actually spot Noob walking up towards this lane through this ward. And this makes them say, okay, this guy's actually killable. He's got a blink, but if we just disable him first, he's a simple kill. So this ward ends up paying off here. Kiyotaka gets to rotate, gets to start some of his snowball by picking off heroes like this. They even chase Sumail to the left here, with a blink from Shadow Fiend and ultimately pop his BKB early, but we don't really need to look at that. Here's another example of somebody hunting a side lane. The creep wave is like way up here, so this whole area is basically where it's common for heroes to be to kill. So Toronto Choku is going to move to this area, use his own eyeballs to spot enemies, and he ends up finding a support, so this is another easy kill. Look who's here. It's the damage dealer Kiyotaka. He shows up to help secure these kills, because disable plus kills, plus damage equals kills. Here's that observer ward again, the same one spotting Nigma Galaxy retreating. They end up getting the great stun on Ghost here. Toronto Choku is going to have to press his BKB to guarantee this Ghost kill, which is a slight loss, but killing the carry is absolutely huge. And after this, they spot these heroes teleporting through the twin gates. They've got this observer ward over here, again, having vision. Oops, wrong tool. Again, having vision of this area where there's likely to be heroes. Very, very important. He almost gets the stun off, and that's going to lead to noob TPing here. But look at Kiyotaka. He's planning ahead where he's expecting the Earthshaker to go before he's even there. So he ends up rotating super early, and as a result, gets this really clean Requiem kill. But before we end this clip, I just want to show you how early he teleported, okay? We see noob teleporting, and right now, this is the moment that Kiyotaka starts his teleport. He was so early doing this that's why he managed to get there in time to get that really easy kill. So amazing foresight by the Aurora players, amazing playing on the side lanes, and that's part of the reason they took a huge advantage in the mid game.
Wow, that's
Thanks,
a
George.
lot of information. Thank you so much, Purge. That was fantastic. And you're doing it, Flag.
Thanks, Purge.
Thanks,
Good one.
Purge. Yeah, amazing for Kiyotaka to have a reaction that quick. But I also wonder about Vision. It goes back, I don't even want to say a full year ago, right? It felt like these invis heroes were so imbalanced because a lot of people were complaining about the lack of sentry wards and, the ability to de-ward a lot of the vision and the fact that you can't cover the whole map because it's so much bigger now. Do you think there's an excuse like that still, Fly, to have an observer ward in what feels like such an obvious place for so long, giving so much information?
And right now, warding, like, the map is huge. So even when you want to ward a certain area, there's so many different places you can put it. And especially when you look at the side lanes, it's very hard to de-ward those. Because even when we saw this ward that they had on the gate, it was like on the top right, and you might not guess that because you want to do the left side because you might cover the ancients. So there's so many different wards, and it's really cool to see how players are deciding where to ward, and it's not something that's super obvious on the stream. So now when Purge is pointing it out, it's suddenly clear that these guys are thinking very well about where they're going to place their vision and how to make sure it's sneaky as well.
How come we don't see any earlier gems? Because I've watched a lot of the games and tried to see how many people are going for early gems, and it's not common, like really rare.
What's the definition of like early though? What minute mark would you say?
20 minutes?
Yeah.
I think most games it's a pretty big thing to buy, because if you lose it, it's a big advantage going to the enemy. So I think unless you're facing particular heroes like Templar Assassin, I think that's probably one of the heroes where I would say like getting an early gem is good against. I would say it's usually not worth it. There's also not that many invis heroes in the meta right now. We don't see Bounty Hunter, we don't see Ricky, Nyx Assassin. We've seen a couple times.
We've seen some,
well.
but the impact is where the question really is.
Yeah, but I feel like most games are somewhat even at the 20-minute mark, and they only kind of explode around the 25 to 30 minutes. And at that point, you might look to get a gem, give it to a hero that's hard to kill, whatever it may be, like a Puck or some tanky hero. But it is a good thing to point out that because the games are later, the timing for the gem is also naturally going later.
Okay. Yeah, and something that maybe other teams should be looking towards a little bit. Who really knows? Everything is very fluid depending on the game state. And for this game state, Fear, as our resident carry player, if you're in Ghost position, you feel like you're farming up a storm, but you're seeing all of this other action, these pickups happening around the map. How could you change that from his POV in that game?
Micromanage your team better, I guess.
Okay.
Because I feel like,
Comfortable.
I mean, honestly, I feel like the carry players are pretty irrelevant to this game and the outcome.
Yeah.
Ghost, he played a good game. Like, he did what he had to do. Maybe a couple slip-ups on those 2 deaths in the triangle. But if you're not doing anything with your other 4 heroes, eventually you will die, right? And that's kind of what this game felt like. Ghost was trying to be proactive. They were trying to do things, but the Shaker's just so underfarmed. Sumail is playing Invoker as well. They're not really in a position where they made enough plays to make enough space for Ghost to get to a point where he felt like he could take over the game. So yeah, in his position, I don't know. I guess he has to just micromanage his team better and tell him what to do on the map, because I'm not sure what else he could have done to change the outcome of this game.
I think there's something to say about the map formation that they're playing. because Aurora had such a strong pickoff with their heroes, where Doom or Shadow Fiend with one extra hero is a kill. So let's just say Bane Doom, Bane Shadow Fiend, Mars Doom, like any combination is map threat, which I think is really good in this meta when 2 heroes can kill a hero alone. I think Ghost needed cover. He needed either GH or Omar to break smokes for him, and they didn't do that. He died twice, and that was very game-changing because he was the top net worth hero. So I don't know who needs to make this call. It could be the carry, it could just be the pause 5, it could be a team thing where they talk about this. But this is something I've seen, for example, P-Vision, which we're going to watch later today. When Satanic feels under threat, Ducalis is going to cover him. They at least had some conversation about it. And I don't see this from Nigma.
Right.
It is, I want to say it's an advanced gameplay thing, but all teams here should be aware that this is kind of a formation you can do. It's not like a super new concept. So something to look for next game.
Yeah, and that one's one of those things that it might be easy when we talk about it to implement, but how quickly can you change that around? Because these teams don't have too much time between a game 1 and a game 2. In fact, our game number 2 draft will be starting very soon. And we can talk about what we expect to be happening for this game 2. If Aurora are just going to feel very confident, run back, or at least try and run back what they had in game 1, or if Nigma Galaxy are going to be having that reactionary, let's shift this SF now into a must ban for the first phase, Rayo.
The SF does feel really strong. It's kind of weird to me because the hero is not flexible on their team, right? And I think that makes it very obvious on how you can play around it. When Nigma, for example, had Noob rotate on mid, I thought that was really nice. Way to just get a kill on him. And he is super vulnerable to kill on mid because he's alone. There's no support to really back him up if you're playing ahead of the enemy team. But that being said, I don't know. I don't know how you're meant to deal with this like amount of burst damage. Maybe you need to take away his combos. Maybe it's more of a problem of having like Mars with it rather than just SF alone. Maybe it is just the SF. I wouldn't be angry if they banned it. I'll say that much. It seems very, very, very good, especially after you get Refresher.
In that graphic that we just saw, Mars was actually one of the more contested or the more played heroes in the common hero pool between these two. So I do wonder if, maybe we put a little bit more priority on getting the Mars for ourselves if you're on the side of Nigma Galaxy, and place that SF in the ban so it's like you're covering both aspects to it. But are we going to see that trap in a way, Fear, where you have it, but it's not a good building block for their draft?
Potentially. I mean, I think these heroes together are really good, but by themselves might have a little bit less weight. And they're going to do it. They're just going to ban the Mars. I don't think this is going to dissuade them from picking SF, though. I think Kyoto can play it without the Mars. I think Toronto Tokyo doesn't have a narrow hero pool either, so Mars getting banned doesn't limit him too much either. However, Aurora is the one that did ban it, so they just don't want it to be in the pool. I don't hate it. I'm very curious to see what the trade is going to be. What is left in the pool, actually? It seems like most of the meta stuff is banned. I suppose the Pugna is still in the pool. That was something NGX did have some success with. Good versus the Marcy, too.
Out of first phase bans from last game, Disruptor and Marcy are the two that have changed up, and obviously Marcy's been picked up here, so there's only like one extra hero in the pool.
Yeah, I think I was kind of unhappy with how NGX prepared for the previous game, because I think from our point of view, it was super easy to call everything.
Yeah.
Like, oh, they're going to pick Shadow Fiend. Oh, they're going to pick Mars. And it didn't really seem like they had a good answer for it anyways. So this game, it looks a little bit different because it looks like NGX is willing to make some kind of trade here. They leave the Marcy and the Shadow Fiend, so they kind of had to choose which one they would prefer. I think Marcy, yesterday we did see NGX beat Marcy quite convincingly, but it was a different team. I think Aurora, Marcy fits their playstyle because it gives Nightfall this strong laner, this melee guy that goes in. He needs to play lane dominators, and Marcy's one of them. So I think it fits Aurora better. And the Bane response it's okay. We talked about how Bane is in general okay against Marcy because you have BKB control, which was what Marcy hates. But this doesn't seem like that strong right now.
I think Nightfall will play it?
I think Nightfall would play it.
Oh, really?
Nightfall
Yeah.
does play Marcy in previous, hasn't this tournament, but
Okay.
has in previous. It's either that or Mira are the two main ones on the side of Aurora that like to pick her up.
Interesting, okay.
Oh, if they did play offlane though, couldn't you just pick a Tusk and then farm Bane over and over again in the lane?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No disagreements here.
I don't know.
I mean, the thing is, like, you can do that. There's very few supports that can actually kind of not die to that. However, I think Marcy Tusk is very cheesy. And just, if your objective is just to kill the support over and over again, that's not really going to win you the game, necessarily.
It's a lot of gold.
Depends on how much the Bane feeds.
Like
Yeah.
at least 3.
But if you play a little more safe, and then you have a carry who can't die, you can
Yeah.
just, like, weather a storm and you'll be fine. But they might try and do it anyway.
So I think they're going to be forced to ban his Shadow Fiend here because I'm not sure if they have a good answer against it. No, this Disruptor, man. All right, okay, they steal the Shadow Fiend.
There you go.
I don't know how much they've played Shadow Fiend on the side of NGX. I'm sure Sumail can play it, so it's not
You can, yeah.
completely new, but there is no Mars this time. So that was probably the best pairing we had with Shadow Fiend as a core.
Yeah, we see the stats very quickly on the screen there. So Sumail played 1 game, lost with it this tournament so far. But that's only 1. Not enough of a sample size, right, Phil?
I mean, if you lost with it, we already said that's enough.
That's it.
But if you
one
win
win,
once-
1 win is not enough, but 1 loss is enough.
One loss is more than 1 win.
I can see a very simple draft for Aurora where they take Queen of Pain probably on 18. They're going to pick double support here with maybe a range support plus a Tusk, something along those lines. Queen of Pain on 18, which is a matchup they like against Shadow Fiend and Kiyotaka. It's one of his best heroes. So I don't know. This Disruptor ban just... I get it that Marcy Disruptor is a very strong lane, but I don't know if you prioritize Disruptor over a core that's going to take over the game.
This opening from Nigma Galaxy, by the way, the Bane SF, exactly how Aurora opened the draft. Just in the inverse way, right? Aurora in game 1 went SF and then Bane. So they definitely loved whatever was happening on the side of Aurora.
Yeah. I mean, SF just loves setup stuns, right? This is a hero that has no stun, but deals out tons of damage. So the Mars, the Bane, they all can set up his abilities and just pair very well with them. And they go for the Bat Rider, which... I mean, it's lost a bit of popularity. We used to see this hero all the time in the first phase bans, but now it's not being picked up quite as much. I would have still liked to see the Tusk, just because you do have that save versus grip at any stage of the game, and you do have the Marcy to pair with it. Maybe they'll still take it here.
They still could. I would like that because especially when you're playing against this SF with Refresher on BKBs, having 2 BKB piercing abilities to cancel his ult and not let him dominate the team fight would be really nice.
Spectacular, the unbelievable
Ring
It's a Bane counter as well.
Yeah.
Save for the grip.
What else is he? Well, we haven't seen Ringmaster much. The only other person that I know that has been playing it is Crit on the side of Falcons.
I mean, he gives you a save. I think that's the big purpose of this hero. Gives you a little bit of team fight with ult. Used to be strong in lane. I'm not so sure if this hero is the same in the lane as it used to be. I think it got heavily nerfed.
Yeah, the hero is not as strong in lane as it used to be. He has some purpose in his game with, canceling grip, and it's still an okay laner. I think most likely it's going to be on Mira this game, and maybe it's just a personal preference thing. I think Tusk would have been a great choice and have Panto play the Bat Rider. We'll see what they end up doing with this. Now, the question is for NGX is what kind of offlaner are they going to pair with the Shadow Fiend? Because we want something like a Mars, maybe a Centaur, something like this could be pretty
Shaker
stable.
is still in the pool.
That is true. That hero
After last game, though, I'm not sure if they
okay. This
have
is why I was
confidence.
hesitant to put it out there because I knew Theo was going to say that.
I mean, it's real. You have a game 1 like that, and you feel like you could do absolutely nothing. You're going to be hesitant to go back to it for the next game.
Where did Undying go, man?
Just the wrong teams are playing, I think. A lot of teams do like Undying, but
Be patient.
Okay, sorry.
yeah, this is the wrong series.
I mean, okay, they take Tusk on the other team.
I mean, it's good, though. Like, I really have been enjoying Lycan, and I think every team at this tournament has been keeping a close eye on this hero and making sure their lineup is not susceptible to Lycan coming out. And the first 3 heroes aren't particularly good against it. Like, Ringmaster doesn't do anything, Bat Rider doesn't do a lot to Lycan. Even Marcy, to a degree, isn't that great, so...
The most dominant Lycan game in pro games I saw in the last year was against a Bat Rider support.
It's very good versus bat support, yeah.
Yeah, it was freaking miserable. There was nothing they could do about it. There's no item they could buy to save themselves in any of the early game. It just made the support's lives unplayable to send these wolves at them.
What is the movement speed of the wolves?
Enough.
Too much.
I don't know.
I think is the correct answer.
I mean, if his ult is on or off, varies because he gets the haste, right?
Sure.
It's like when they cripple you and you just
Oh.
can't move and you take so much damage and it's impossible.
I don't know the exact move speed,
Yeah.
but it's above hasted while ulted. Outside of that, I'm pretty sure, unless you have like some boots of travel hero, even the non-hasted ones are faster than you.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking too, but I just didn't know if you guys knew exactly.
385.
Well, I'm just saying, with you, I wouldn't have been surprised if you just pulled the number out. I got high expectations.
I've just been looking at the Tinker this whole time. I've been thinking, so
Kiyotaka.
that is a Kiyotaka special. I think it fits the same type of role where they wanted a carry from mid. I was thinking initially Queen, but because this guy's a Tinker specialist, when he saw 4 heroes, he decided to go for the Tinker, which I think is totally fine. With Marcy, you do want an additional carry on the team. And now you just want some kind of offlaner that gives you some more setup, probably. Maybe he goes back for the Magnus, maybe Centaur himself. Something like that I think would fit their lineup very well. And I think Aurora has a pretty good idea of what they're doing. NGX, the Lycan's been looking good for them. Noob's been playing a fantastic Lycan.
Yep.
They could use another core that goes in like last game, but I'm not sure if Ghost is going to want to play Alchemist again. He does get the counter matchup, so we do see the Magnus, and now Ghost gets to respond in any way he likes. I'm not sure if... I don't want him to go on Morphling. I want something else. Maybe the Sven looked better than the Alk, something like this.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I think you are playing versus Tinker, which makes things a little bit more annoying because he does have a magic damage, and then you have to deal with the Magnus as well. So you could think heroes like Morph if you want because it's good versus Mag, but then Tinker's really good against you there. Don't really want to play Juggernaut, which is good versus Tinker because they have a Magnus Marcy. Don't really want to play Lifestealer because you're versus Marcy. Oh, that's a good middle ground.
Yeah, Ursa's a good one.
It's a good middle ground.
Also, Ursa Lycan, if it does get to a point,
Very
it's
good,
actually
yeah.
a good Ags hero for the Lycan. So I like that combination. I think it's a good response. I would really be curious how Noob decides to play this game, because if he gets Helmo the Dominator at a decent timing, he could actually run mid with his ultimate and try to break mid tower, and I think that could break the game if he does that. Tinker is a hero that relies on keeping his mid tower alive, stacking Ancient, stacking the two camps below him in the river. But if you break his mid tower and you start putting presence there, I think the hero can feel more like a burden on the team. So a lot of this will come down to gameplay again.
Which I don't really like to see because I think this is a high execution draft from NGX. Like, if things start going poorly, like you have this Ursa Battle Fury, the Shadow Fiend mid with a Lycan off lane, there's going to be no space on the map for that. So you do have to have good lanes and good rotations, and then it could look really good. But if that doesn't happen, you don't have a fallback plan with this type of lineup. You're just hitting creeps.
So you're feeling kind of reminiscent of this game one, that if we see them have that sacrificial top tower or bottom tower in the first, 10 minutes, they're going to be split. They're going to be trying farming. And it's just setting up Aurora again for running as a 2, as a 3 group, and just...
If there's
picking up.
early daggers on Bat and Magnus and
Yeah.
you're behind, that's not going to be good for NGX.
Okay. Tough to make something happen on the Nigma Galaxy lineup if you're behind here.
Yeah, I'm mostly just looking forward to these dogs eating the supports.
Guys, I thought we were, a little bit more hype, okay? It's a potential elimination, potential qualification here, all right? Nigma Galaxy on the verge of going home. Aurora Gaming on the verge of going to TI. Where's it laying, Ray? You gotta put it all out there. I told you, you're my hype girl.
We're going straight to a game 3. This is going to be an absolute steamroll of a Lycan game. What can you even do? There's no way to counter it. We're going to a 3. We're getting a lot of hype. More Dota 2. Hey, TI, hey.
Well, before we know that, all right, as much as she wants to hype, but we're going to get into this game number 2. We're going to see exactly how it does play out, if it's going to be a little bit better for them, if that game number 3 will come our way. Either way, let's get on into it with Lyrical and Trent.
Thank you so much, Nat.
Wow.
I believed every word she said.
Yes.
There was no doubt that she
No.
was a little bit unsurprised.
Not
The
just
Lycan
selling it.
pick, a little bit crazy. I'm
Yes.
interested in it, though. Do you believe that it can do what they're talking about?
Yes.
Run in there, take that mid tower.
Kill supports.
Okay.
Munch them up, I believe I heard from Ray there. I like
Gobble,
it, you know?
gobble.
There's, philosophers have often asked, who let the dogs out?
That was the Baja
It
Man.
was Nigma, it turns out.
Yeah, and we've got the potential for the werebear to be running at people on Ghost. You know, it must be said, when Ghost is playing bear-oriented heroes, things seem to be going well for Nigma.
Okay. All right, there, that's it. That's the solution.
You gotta get the bears out.
He's a spirit animal situation happening here, I understand.
You know, Avery was making fun of me earlier for my magic deck,
Wait,
having
no,
a bunch of
hold on.
grizzly bears.
Avery made fun of you?
Yeah, I know. Can you believe it?
That's so, he's usually such a calm and compassionate man who never makes fun of anyone. Or their mother.
That's right. So it's going to be instead the bears that all of their hopes and dreams are put onto. Can they do what's necessary?
Let's hope he's not just a 2-1 grizzly bear.
That's
Let's
right.
hope his toughness and power are a little bit larger than that.
True
perhaps.
enough. It's 2-2 for 3. But anyways, it is going to be
Such a
Marcy
bad card.
starting out with a crown, a couple of iron branches, and building immediately in towards that helm of the Dominator, as we have come to expect time and again. A hero that can really make the difference. Panto kind of getting set up over here. So is Omar. All right, 2v2 mid, no problem. Smell misses the second raise. Are they going to try and make this move in? Yes, they will. Nightmare, sleep, couple punches.
All right, cool
And
2v2
cancels
mid. You know, fun fact, guys, there was actually like a full patch where we did this.
Yeah, when there's one extra creep in the wave.
Yeah, we just did this. We did 2v2 mid for a while. Ooh, those
That's
were
interesting.
dark times.
Oh, I thought they were going to walk back, but no, Bane does finally TP. So Bane's going to get there a little bit before the Ringmaster does. Blocks
Does it
out the
matter?
camp.
I guess that it did matter, yeah. Well done. Panto will find it with the D ward, as one does.
Tokyo going to be chased down. Ghost there too, forces him away, and Mira makes the move over and finds GH's courier for the hard work that took in.
So Toronto Tokyo has he's gotten around, you
Okay.
know, in terms of teams. He's made his way around. He did a little free agent shopping for a while and stuff, but also in terms of positions. He was, of course, a TI winning mid. He moved to 5. Tried to find his footing there with some heroes. Played a lot of Clock, Tree, and Undying. Eventually got quite good at it. I eventually, you know, I really liked his 5 by the end of it.
Yeah.
And then he moved to 3. And I feel like it was almost like he started again. Like, there's definitely some similarities between mid and off lane. But his hero pool, you know, it wasn't quite finding its way. You know, Collapse was the mag player, right? But his mag now is stellar. I think it's his best hero in the off lane. Like, if I wanted to clutch a game with Toronto Tokyo on my team, I would give him this Magnus.
That makes sense. I mean, he's been definitely the guy that has put together some solid performances. His Mars last time was insane. We were watching while you were talking about Toronto Tokyo, the mid lane beatdown that was going on.
Really hoping he was going to live.
5-2 on Tinker versus 12-7. Sumail, in spite of these like couple of missed raises, is absolutely putting on a clinic here. And Kiyotaka is going to have a tough time. He might even like try and push in on this wave a little bit. Yep, denies it out. Kiyotaka back behind the tower, forced to use the machines.
Hold on.
Ooh.
Whoa.
Hits that raise, forces him away again.
What an item, or spell rather, of the translocating defense matrix.
And forcing Kiyotaka to salve up and backs out as he's going to keep on denying him. Steps over, going to get a rune. Okay, nothing for free in this lane. I mean, if there's one player that likes to sort of really put the screws to somebody on the mid lane, it's Sumail.
He's kind of made a name for himself doing it, hasn't he?
Oh yeah, down bottom, Omar gets found, tries to stay alive, not going to be able to.
Yeah, Noob tries to turn around a little bit there, but damage is not going to be there. So first blood for the Ringmaster, which for you and I, this is the first game we've had. As you saw, I think this is only the 5th game for the hero so far at this TI. But it's that big save with the escaped act that we're expecting later to be the determining factor as to why teams are still looking towards this hero after some of the other nerfs on the other spells.
can make a big difference when you're playing against that Bane. Also, just even the Requiems that are going to get thrown out later on too, you know?
Yeah.
You get ridiculous magic resist inside that little safety area. Up to 80%.
It's pretty nice.
But did see down bottom while this pressure is being mounted on Ghost and GH, they got the special delivery of the Helm of Ironwill as Noob is going to rotate over and take this rune away. And Sumail gets the other water rune.
GH has the snowball up top. He's almost dead.
Mira on him, and oh, the blood grenade for the finish. Ghost wants to get some counterattack there, but it's not going to happen. Omar makes the move over.
I mean, oh man, it's not enough. Even 2 points Fury Swipe, just let him go.
Would love to find something here, and Kiyotaka actually gets translocated a little bit close to Omar.
Yeah, not quite close enough for him to make a quick play there, unfortunately for them.
Now they'll run into each other in the river. Panto. Omar does have a little bit of extra help here with the Wolves. Does he decide to go for anything? Does have Nightmare? Not opting to do it. Lets him go. But still, 29 and 14 to 14 and 3 on Kiyotaka.
And both supports are now here for Kiyotaka.
Oh my, that was very close to dead.
All right, this is it though. He's trying to pincer, you know.
Oh yeah.
But I mean, even if you were to flame break that SF, is there even a kill there?
I mean, maybe.
I don't know.
He's going for it.
Now it's just a harassing Bat Rider.
Yeah.
Leave my Tinker alone.
I mean, it's not like he's definitely beating him in CS. Wait a minute, does he have enough mana for this? Only has enough for one raise. Gets the jump away and it hits. Sumail finds the kill.
This is where I kind of wish my supports, just instead of coming mid, were clearing
Stacking?
my camps and stacking. Yeah,
Yeah.
just make sure that there's no sentries, because unfortunately there are some. And Mira's going to stack the Ancients. GH won't be in time to block that, so at least that's the beginnings of reparations here for this Tinker.
Yeah, he needs something. But this is what you want to see. GH comes in, going to take out that ward. Now looking for Mira, can't quite get into range. The shards. Snowball pulls him in. Now they can pull him back in.
Yeah, this was all to deny an amplify damage room from Sumail, by the way.
Goes for the punch. Sumail finds himself another. Well, Sumail's off to a good start.
Yeah.
The other hero, though, that is also having a very good time is Nightfall down bottom. Currently highest net worth in the game by virtue of that Helm of the Dominator. And Ghost makes the move over. They're trying to stick around for this rune here. They do have Bane that can push at least one away. GH shows up as well. Now hitting on Amira. Nightfall showing up a little bit after the fact. Doesn't have a target to jump onto, but now he will. Pops the ultimate, tries to go onto Ghost, hits away at him. Ghost doesn't have 6. That's going to be a dead Ursa.
And it'll go to Toronto Tokyo there, the old Shrine of Wisdom. So carry rotates, kills the other carry. The rich get richer as he takes a decent lead now over Sumail in terms of net worth. And Ursa, you know, he's still doing okay, at the very least, right? It shouldn't be too disastrous, and it is a big rotation. Nightfall's going to have to make his way all the way back.
Yeah.
Gives a lot of space to Panto, though. He's happy to get some XP down bottom.
That will be nice, because that probably sets up for his Helm creep to be coming out soon. They jump onto Sumail, though. Cannot afford to let this happen. Requiem in the interrupt. Kiyotaka, the one that finds the kill in Nightfall, helping out 2 lanes now.
That's painful. I mean, that 3 points in the rebound, you know? You just zip on in there. If there's not an immediate support help there, like there's no time to rotate, right? This fleeting fury facet just makes the damage way too fast. Now, we might also see some similar bursts coming from the other way, though, right? We're going to have this Howl. We're going to have Shadow Fiend's Aura going on later. The physical damage burst is going to be super fast, especially with Tusk 6. Kiyotaka now going to find a Tusk, rotating into his triangle here.
GH just trying to stick nearby. Let's see if he can soak some of this experience.
Or maybe, you know, Kiyotaka getting a little low. A chance for a play, perhaps.
Need to wait for the march the machines to end. They see
dragon.
all the targets. Go for some D-ward action. Mira's still here. They're just gonna farm that with those heroes here. And Noob hiding. But very quickly they're gonna realize he's there and feared away Noob.
Yeah, the team is too busy trying to help Kiyotaka, but GH is gonna come and leash some of this XP.
They're trying to move all the way in. This doesn't feel worth unless they can get the kill.
He got the bear.
And now they got him. So Kiyotaka not able to translocate to the low side, and Mira actually no more Firefly left, but with the escape back, that's enough to get him away. But now Sumail shows up. Toronto Tokyo still waiting nearby. Hits 1-2, needs one more punch for the raise for the kill. Mira's gonna walk away. Omar not dead yet as he is feared and pushed back, but they got the kill they wanted on that Tinker.
And TPing on out, they will retreat, and they ruined some of his stacks. They got the kill. You could see also very wisely from GH holding this ice shards until after the translocate happens.
Noob now is going to take a troll, and this could be that opportunity to make the move they were talking about of trying to shut down that mid tier 1 tower. It's a haste rune on Sumail, almost completed Kaya, but also there's a chance they're just too worried about the defense that could be mounted.
Here's the frustration, though, is that you put all this effort into mid, right? You kill this Tinker, you shut him down completely in terms of CS, but he just went back and farmed like 4 camps of creeps in like 2 seconds.
Yeah.
And he is catching up to Sumail.
Yeah, it is an issue. You can see last hit's definitely an advantage. Slight GPM, the hero damage. SF able to be involved in a lot more this early going. And it looks like they actually are going to lose that catapult too. Panto is level 6, Mira level 5. GH hoping to find somebody over here, but unless they bring that Lycan, it's unlikely they can make anything else happen. They kill off Ghost while that's going on. Panto goes for the Requiem. It's just, this is not great for Nigma.
Kiyotaka's just hitting the Ancients.
They're losing hero after hero. They do bring over the Lycan though and get that tier 1 tower.
Here comes Nightfall.
Trying to hunt. Omar now throws another raise out there, misses on that one, but able to jump away on Nightfall.
This is some messy Dota. Real scrappy stuff happening here.
Definitely is.
Ghost immediately just back up top, trying to get his way towards that Battle Fury. This was a big concern of the panel, was if the game slows down, if it doesn't start moving in your direction, you have an Ursa who needs a Battle Fury. You have a Lycan who wants to farm the Overwhelming Helm, and yeah, this is what happened there.
Jeez.
Just so easy.
That type of thing can't be allowed to happen. It's going to be a tough time for Nigma.
The Overwhelming Helm of the Overlord. I like that. I'm going to go with that now.
Nice, I like
Yeah.
that. Well, it looks like the next target is going to be bottom tier 1 tower, where Omar and Noob are set up. Mira is over to the side, ready to defend. And Omar moves in, finds that Nightmare. Do they have enough to kill? Shadow Fiend not in position, and so they just have to give up on this.
That's kind of sad. Is he dead?
Yeah.
I think he's dead.
A little bit of a miscommunication there amongst the team as to where they were going to go. Although, okay, maybe Mira's dead too. He has a smoke.
But look, Sumail, they're onto him.
He has a smoke. Sumail at the same time being chased.
With level 4 rebound.
And the jump in is there. Oh, he can break it afterwards too. No chance for a Requiem. A second time Nightfall has just had his number.
And like, look at the items on this hero while you're doing this, right?
Yeah.
Like Helm, we have turned into a farming item. It's a farming item at this point, but not for Marcy. Marcy, it is a roaming the map fighting item. And now going towards the armlet as well, so the damage boost is just ridiculous. And you get swag armlet toggles.
Well, and now you're pushing the tower with the freaking creep too. Ghost does finish the Battle Fury, but he is a long ways away from really being able to be a presence in these fights. And all of that early game lead that was built up by Sumail in the laning stage has been pulled apart now. That's armlet delivered as it is finished.
I'm feeling a lot of pressure on Omar in this one. I feel like he's going to be the hope to maybe try and control this Marcy.
Nightmare and then a runaway. Oh, this is Blink Dagger on Toronto Tokyo. The hunt. They find him. Omar pulled back in, brought down.
Yeah, it turns out Shield Rune doesn't help that much when you have 890 HP.
You're not wrong. Dude, Aurora looking strong here in this game.
Just like even game one, just consistently connecting on every play they go for.
Yeah. Feels like they are prepared for where people are headed. And Mag, again, jumps up, finds GH, skewers him just to show him that he can.
Just to let him know.
Toronto Tokyo pauses. We'll be back underway in just a sec. Maybe there's some issue with his settings, and that's why he couldn't find GH there. But regardless, they do have a pretty dominant control of the map right now on Aurora.
And a Kiyotaka Tinker.
Oh, yeah.
So, you know, even or slightly behind, I still wouldn't even be concerned if I was on Aurora. But you get a little bit of a boost here.
Well, and like we talked about, there are going to be some windows in here where things start to look a little better for Nigma. One will be this Helm of the Overlord that Noob is working on. And they're trying to set up on a Nightfall down bottom. They're bringing everybody for this.
All right, he's getting crippled.
This has got to work. Snowball, chase, got him, punch, tries to jump away, Shard's dead.
All right, and the tower, surely, right? Getting something going here. Got a Kaya and Yasha for Sumail. All right, sit up in your seats, Nigma fans. They're coming back. Put us back on the main monitor.
Actually, they're going to be dragging the creep wave. Stin can still commit fully for this tower, but they won't have a creep wave for a little while.
But they'll leave the Lycan. He can handle it. They're going through the Twin Gate. They're going to try and save this top tower. Omar's running ahead trying to find something. Wants to get some vision down.
Is there. They see him.
All right.
Nightmare. GH. Oh, but they have to be careful of the mag.
Yeah, nice pass over.
Away. Lasso out. Trying to find that kill onto Omar, and then tame the beast. But with 5 heroes, suddenly Nigma realized they do not want to take that fight.
That has worked. It's given them the time. Sumail's going to go mid. He'll clear out that wave. They have the Helm of the Overlord done on Noob. He's just flying on his courier there. So they're clawing their way back here. As Ghost tries to move past this Battle Fury with this Blink Dagger.
GH still just being a ward for Ghost.
It looks like they're thinking about going in here with this Blink.
Well, they don't have Bat, and also Tinker is far away.
I mean, they have a good ward, but this seems a little spooky.
They have the Blink reveal if they want to try and go on it. Thinking, jumping, Panto found. Panto, escape back, hoping to escape, not going to happen.
All right, nice. I mean, it's not the biggest kill, but it drives them back, holds your tower. They can probably deny it, honestly, but...
And I mean, importantly, it's also meaning that Ghost can still, like, sort of play on this side of the map and farm if they want to. And actually, they're kind of wrapping to hope to find somebody over in this area.
I mean, there is a very easy Roche play here as well for them, right? I mean, they have Lycan, Shadow Fiend, Ursa. So if you connect on a kill or two here, I can imagine you could go for that pretty fast as well.
If they knew about Nightfall there. Ghost
look at Nightfall grabbing the Ancients, pulling them to the stairs to farm them over here to try
jumps
to be
in.
safer.
Got him. Nightfall, if they can get this kill, it's huge. They move in and do find it.
All right. Sometimes you just giga brain too much, though. Thinking that you're being safe by farming that fire, it doesn't matter. The initiation's too great, and that's Roche. I mean, this is exactly what they wanted.
Radiant's top tower.
The Galaxy, after a poor showing in game number 1, starting to put the pieces together here in this game too. And for Aurora, you still have that sort of pressure release valve of the Tinker going later and later, who just now finishes the Aghanim Scepter. But Ursa getting what he wants is a little scary.
All right, gonna get our bouncing Shrink Ray.
They turn.
Online.
Has Lasso ready.
Get him with the Ice Fire Bomb. Oh, come on. Let the Ice Shaman chuck it out. Are those eyes on his horns?
I would say yeah, probably.
What a confusing looking fella.
Well, Toronto Tokyo queuing up the Aghanim Scepter next, so they'll have further ways to go for a quick jump and slight initiation.
It's a good thing you got those settings fixed.
That's true.
That's a lot of buttons.
This is the other thing, is like not having to show people if Nigma can play around this ward again. They know they're coming up here. 4 heroes. Tinker can show up at a moment's notice.
It's the staircase of death.
Smoke breaks. They see Mira. They see Nightfall. There's the Walrus Punch jumping from Ghost, dead. They're still under vision here. Aurora have to back away.
Yeah, Noob's creep is scouting the way here with the wolves.
But they did get the tower. Yeah.
Yeah, tried to get denied there, but couldn't quite get it. The creep from Nightfall finished it off, and he'll go back to farming the Ancients, where he died last time. But, yeah, Nigma pick up a kill. They get the Bat Rider, which is great, because you want to slow down this progression here for Mira. And a blink now also done on GH's Tusk. So that big physical damage burst, still pretty scary.
You know what? They're also coming up with the other answer. Noob has a nullifier queued and is about halfway to it.
That's, I mean, just a classic item for Lycan, but also this Tinker, right? We're trying to dispel this defense matrix.
They see him there underneath the wolves. But it's been a good job by Aurora to sort of keep things steady in spite of losing several heroes around the map. Jump in Ghost. Woo! Right on top of him.
Yeah, no mysteries about what he wants, right? He wants BKB and he wants a Basher. I can get behind that. Trying to go 1v1 versus the Marcy. The Basher can make a massive difference, and then just for these little catches that he's going to be constantly trying to do.
Jage consistently scouting for the Ursa Bear. And at the 20-minute mark, Noob takes the Tormentor, gets it for Omar. When all this like mass damage is coming in and there's a ton of summons out, it does actually make a pretty big difference for the Bane.
Yeah, it doesn't hurt.
Ghost. It's a TP away again. Has to be careful next time you do that on Kiyotaka. With GH having Blink Dagger done, can maybe find him out around. Although actually, GH has his Blink Dagger in his backpack.
That's
there he goes.
That timing is coming soon here, though, for Aurora, as we do have the Aghanim Scepter finished on Toronto Tokyo, and we have level 16 on Kiyotaka. So if he gets to level 18, we're going to be having the roaming plus the Keen Conveyance onto heroes, and it really starts to just be a true global threat for them.
Looks like it's a smoke up from a couple, as Aegis still in hand for another minute. Nigma would love to get involved using this, and they're anticipating some move on this creep wave here.
So they're trying to find something up in the triangle so they can take the tier 2 top, perhaps. But it's just going to be empty space that they come across right now.
Tinker's farming those back other camps, while Nigma head through the mid lane and are going to go right uphill into the entire rest of the team that are already smoked up. This is an Aegis carrier, though. You're kind of okay with this, as long as he can survive the second salvo. But GH caught, RPU's down once. Can the rest of the team get here to help? Omar looking from the low ground does have the, Fiend's Grip at the ready and gets it now onto the Mercy, but broken immediately out by the Mag. Ghost tries to back away. Can they get out of there? Ghost running from the Marcy, has Blink up to run out. So when all is said and done, it looks like it's going to be potentially Bane and Tusk going down, as Aurora counter out their movements very well.
Yeah, they almost had a really nice setup there with the way that Sumail blinked in with the ulti. Trying to help break things apart there, but just didn't quite work the way they were hoping. And the save, in terms of just not being able to bring down Nightfall right away, just turned that into a no longer in our favor engagement for Nigma. Felt very forced to that Aegis, didn't it?
Oh yeah.
They're just like, we want to fight. We don't want to just try and force down the structure. We're trying to actually get some sort of kill here onto Aurora.
I love that. So Panto walks over and puts a sentry ward down. She's like, there's no way they just jumped uphill with no vision.
Well,
it turns out there is no ward. They did just do that. Speaking of Panto,
yeah, he's in a bit of a dangerous spot, isn't he?
feeling safe at the moment. Kiyotaka still playing this really effectively. Omar is here though, and a little wraparound gets up to the high ground. Oh, and they can't get there in time.
That is
And now, Sumail pulled back in, and another time where he is going to get caught out and no solution.
Nigma starting to move over there, but oh, there's a grab. Walrus punch tries to save.
Ghost turns,
Nice.
punches, kills. Nightfall now, managed the kill happen onto Omar. Ghost enrages, tries to run after, not gonna work. There's the RP, pulls him back in. Ghost now in trouble, hits, punches, isn't enough? No. They don't quite have what it takes to kill off Nightfall. Instead, it's gonna be Noob, who's rooted, pulls him back in. Get over here.
That is just disgusting.
No way out.
Just infinitely warp flaring that Lycan. I mean, I don't really feel bad because they're playing Lycan, so it's fair.
I mean, that's what you get when you rush the nullifier, right? Like,
Yeah.
it's the right move, but no BKB means they can do that.
Ooh, that's going to build us into about a 2K lead here. 1,100 gold going to the Tinker right now.
Big swing. You can still see, though, it's considered very even. Anything's still possible. Only 25 minutes into this game.
I mean, a lot of it's going to come down to vision, but look at this deep ward that they have planted by Mira. Like, they are spotting Sumail right now, GH. He's got a sentry, but I also maybe wouldn't have expected that. And that could open up an opportunity here as Nightfall is camping in the mid with Panto nearby. Omar, he's going to get away with getting the sentry. The rest of the team are backing away on Aurora, so no kills right now. They don't want to force anything until the BKB's back up, but that's coming in a moment here. Mira's already started the Firefly.
They would really love to be able to
They
play
got a
around
ward
these
in the
wards.
same spot again.
Yeah, and there's GH. Ghost, realizing what's going on, has to back out. Does need to be careful, though, because he's retreating to that ward, and Toronto Tokyo is looking. And Toronto Tokyo might just find him. Ghost found. Has to enrage, try and run away. Backs out, Mira there, the save, it's not coming quick enough. Omar gets the Nightmare onto the Tinker, and a channel there on to Nightfall, but Toronto Tokyo sticks around long enough that they manage to kill him again.
I mean, when you try so hard and he still dies. Now that ward, yep, that paid off. Cost Mira his life, but gets a double kill for the team. And we'll just further drop aggressive wards here once again.
Radiant are scanning.
Unreal. The ward, the vision, Nigma getting pulled apart by this. And it has been the sort of deciding factor, those big map movements around. Or the ones outplaying them right now.
Yeah, for a while we were just getting like kind of supports dying over and over again here, but now it's many pickoffs in a row here now for Aurora, with only losing Mira a couple of times.
But they find
Okay.
him.
Hello?
Nullifier. Okay, talk about map movements. They were ready. Nigma not done yet, and that is Roche up.
And that's 75 seconds of no Tinker as well. So
Wow.
like, they are not engaging into this one. Man, they needed that so badly on the side of Nigma.
Whoever called that MVP play right there for Nigma, because it
Yeah.
was really falling off the rails.
That could be a massive turning point in this game because, yeah, the momentum was just totally lost. You're dying in your own ancients. I mean, even right now, you still have Nightfall pushing bottom lane right now with his helm.
My goodness. All right, Panto.
He's just making sure there's no one else in the team chat right now.
The lead gets cut significantly, and those moments where you find one particular pickoff, is that Panto being like, Kitaka, did you hear me say that they might be coming over there? Check headset?
Clearly, there must be something wrong with my headset. Every support player ever. No, it's weird because, like, maybe, it's either your headset or maybe it's your monitor because, like, my ward saw them, but, like, you still went there? You know, it's the life of the support player usually.
All right. Settle down, won't you, as we get set for the 28-minute shrine. Nightfall on the other side for them. Mira gets jumped on. GH snowball punch. And now to claim the wisdom. Ghost says, this is mine. Get out of here, Tusk.
Man, this game is really going to come down to just lockdown and control between this Ursa and this Marcy, right? Yeah, that's really what we've got. I mean, Nightfall is massive at this point. He's got the Remnant's Approach, he's got his own Basher. So it's going to be who gets lucky on the rolls with the Bashes and whose supports are able to offer them a little bit of control, because they just have such massive damage on the Ursa and the Marcy, right?
Yes.
It's just, can we actually hit people?
Omar finds Toronto Tokyo in the mid lane, waiting for the rest of the squad to show up. Yataka is over here too. They've got a way to jump if they want it. Now, instead, they find a Tinker again! Yataka! He went in like a madman, and now they're both in trouble! Panto also going to fall! They did not anticipate the team was there, I guess, and now Toronto Tokyo hoping to charge away. Oh, Nigma, are they running into the fountain? Slow down, everybody. Whoa there, doggy.
Yeah, I think he thought he had the coverage there from Ringmaster, but the Hypnotize, it does eventually cancel the grip, but it doesn't matter at that point, obviously. The damage is just way too quick from Sumail. Blowing him up with the Requiem.
Yeah, no BKB used in that one either. Again, not that it necessarily might have made the difference, but another Walrus Punch connection. Mira, he's found, and Ghost is there. Nigma starting to fire on all cylinders, and you talk about momentum. That first Tinker kill leading directly into the second one.
Yep.
I mean, Kiyotaka's been out of the game more than he's been playing it for the past 4 or 5 minutes.
That certainly feels that way, and plus they immediately, of course, got the Aegis, which is what let them play aggressive in the first place there. So yeah, things starting to go their way for a little while now. Still have a 9-second BKB available on this SF as well. Sumail can stand tall in this one and start to contemplate his next item. Figure out what he needs to do to try and win them this game.
Does look like Abyssal Blade is going to be the call for the Marcy.
And unsurprisingly, Sumail is going Scythe. I mean, it's Shadow Fiend, right? They love it too much.
Noob, in the meantime, going to take the second Tormentor of the game now. It's GH that gets the Shard. Still another 2 minutes left on this Aegis. And for Aurora, I mean, it's weird, right? You're building all these Aeon discs to try and deal with that like initial jump that's coming out. They've got tremendous save between that, the Escape Act, all the rest of it. You know, you've also got, of course, the defense matrix. But it kind of feels like Nigma is more itemizing just to find those kills.
And then you've got Ghost with the Ags as well, so...
Right.
Because, like, the disaster is Ghost dies, but now he's got Aegis for a little bit, and also this Aghanim Scepter here versus the Batrider. As, yeah, there's that Abyssal, so... Can quite easily go the other way, much like we just saw that Tinker explode in a few seconds. It's a good chance the same thing can happen to a single hero on Nigma as well. This game is very much feeling like a coin flip at the moment.
Down bottom, Lycan is going to be leading the way for the rest of Nigma to get in position. They have that ward they're playing around.
Mira just consistently just trying to cut these waves. Like, he is just not
Tinker again?
Fighting. Okay. That seems a little crazy with what your Batrider's doing. That's terrifying to go for that.
I mean, you're playing on the edge, right? That's Tinker, I guess. And with the wave cut now... He didn't know if he was going to catch him there, but he did get him. But now, Ghost tries to walk away from this one. Still has 20 seconds left on the Aegis.
Smells coming, but again, there's no Requiem.
He has BKB. Gonna pop it, try and run. Goes, backs away. Nightfall on the hunt, chases after him. Omar, there he gets caught in the RP! Oh, it could have gone so well, but the RP was perfect.
Shards trying to slow them down. Are they going to keep on chasing? Jump off the wolf in one.
Omar tries to Nightmare to get away. Not going to happen. How different that could have looked if you get the Nightmare onto the mag, and instead they find him. He's rooted. He's in trouble. Noob needing to run away. Doesn't have a TP to escape. And so this is going to be a slow, dismal death for Noob.
Sends the creep.
There's nothing you can do against this. Can nullify, try and punch, but
there's a little teeny tiny lichen.
He's gone.
At the end of it, you're just like a little stuffed animal.
Hey, he's the little guy.
A shrink ray. Honey, I Shrunk the Lichen.
It's an old movie, man.
They're making a new one, aren't they?
Are they?
Yeah, I think they actually are. I think they're making. I think he's back. Like, Rick Moranis is returning.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's hype. I love Rick Moranis. Well, be on the lookout for that, everybody, as only 2,000 gold separate these two
by the
teams.
way.
We got an E-Blade on Tinker. So more ways to frustrate the fight.
That's what it's all about, isn't it? Being annoying in Dota.
Sumail, quick blink. Tinker was TPing in. Could have been the death of him. Yeah, and I mean, it's so much down to vision. And that has been a thing that Aurora has been able to outplay Nigma on so far. The wards, finding them around the map. You would imagine with the Lycan in the game that Nigma could be in a little bit better position with it, but it's not been easy.
Part of it is that vision is just so hard to use against Tinker. It doesn't seem to really help. Like, the Tinkers are always in these spots where it's really hard to cover the vision with anyway, you know? Like, they have great deep wards right now, and the Wolves have been scouting a lot, but oftentimes you're just not in a spot where the wards have to help you. Lasso cooldown getting reduced now with the 15 talents. The Scythe now done for Sumail. We're setting up for a Roche fight in potentially 1 minute.
And this is one that Aurora will likely try and contest. They smoke up already. And a couple of big items also finish now. You've got Lincoln Sphere done on Mag. The Marcy finishing a butterfly.
That's a lot of damage right now from Nightfall. And very survivable.
Is a little bit funky in a way. I mean, I guess that it's still not going to matter, but like with all of the sort of instant bursts that you have, I guess it depends on if they can find Panto or not. Because if he can escape Axe, then you make sure you get the BKB off on Nightfall.
Mm-hmm.
But smoke on smoke. Tinker will create some imbalances in terms of the lane pressure, which could end up making the difference here. Is that a long Roche respawn? We've got coming off. I think
it certainly is, buddy. That's almost max timing. In fact, so that's going to be about a 3-minute Roche.
So we have a while before anything gets picked up here.
Okay, a rune not going to result in someone's death in 36 minutes, like it feels like it has been lately. Seems like it's not the runes giving people Roche, it's the runes causing someone to die.
Yeah. Wait, and with this being max spawn, it also means that most likely they will be fighting around this bottom side of the map. Nigma use another smoke now.
And they're just occupying so much space right now on the side of Aurora. Like, you've got the Tinker just constantly pushing top. There you have
Follow
a whole
the courier?
mid.
Follow the... Oh, the Tinker! No, Ghost! No! Oh! It was a gem, but the Tinker was TPing in.
I wonder if he would have finished that TP anyway. Like, you don't know where he is.
I mean, yeah, you do what you do. God, that's got to be frustrating, though.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
All right, what's that? Wusa, T, Wusa. You know, touch the shoulder, touch the shoulder.
Exactly. Reset. Everything's going to be fine.
And they got the gem.
They are doing the map flip, though, which you always love to see. Oh, he's sending out the courier to try and...
Yep.
Radiant's courier
Okay.
has been killed.
Now they're hunting.
This might get the scoop. Sacrificial courier, perhaps? No. Toronto Tokyo not jumping in.
Wise decision from Sumail to get back to his team right afterwards.
And you know they're going to go check Roche right now and be like, all right, surely it's up by now, right? You know, like,
not a ton of vision in this area, but they are going to walk over a ward if they keep going up this direction through the river.
Did you see that horn toss? Toronto Tokyo's going crazy. He just blinked high out and horn toss.
They're just out of the vision right now. Nightfall, they're playing on their ward, and they see him. Nightfall is showing. Okay, they're not going to go. There's no way for really Nigma to jump and pull them out of position in the same way that the mag offers it.
Scouting the pit with the ice shards.
Toronto Tokyo goes underneath vision again and finds one. Hides away for a second. Ghost backs out. Now they lasso, pull in. They get control over the mag, and Sumail jumps forward. No mag in this fight for the moment. Can they get anything else here? Ghost backs away. Fiend's Grip saved by the escape back. Mira still staying alive in this fight, looking good as mag comes back into it. Ghost is going to fall, and Roche gonna go the direction of Aurora.
I mean, doesn't get much better than that for a scoop, right? Picking up that Ursa. Taking him out of the fight immediately. They have two big problems on Aurora, right? It's the Marcy and the Tinker. And likewise against the Shadow Fiend and the Ursa. But the mobility it just feels so different. It feels like it's so much easier for the Marcy and the Tinker to just be in that exact position as much as they want, right? Because you've got the blink plus the rebound. Like, it's Tinker blinking everywhere, Marcy rebounding everywhere.
Well, and SF is sort of like, I feel like it's a fake being afraid of him right now. You know, it's like, yeah, you can do some good damage, but oftentimes, you know, the Requiem's going off into the BKBs, whereas Tinker, like, if you find one person solo, they're potentially just done. Although I guess he doesn't have Hex yet. Oh, he does have Hex, yeah, so it's even worse.
Yeah, also, I'm a big Outworld staff hater. I swear, it just makes it easier every time. Every carry who does, it's like, oh, I got pulled in, Outworld staff. It's like, oh, I should get over there and make sure I follow up on this play now.
Nightfall hitting high ground with 4.5 minutes left on this Aegis. They've got a creep. They have a Nightmare. Can pull him in pretty far here. Fortunate part is that there really isn't an answer after the fact. Walrus punches Toronto Tokyo, jumped onto him. Hex is there.
Okay, nice.
Keeps him alive, and wait, no! Kiyotaka! He's in way too far!
And Noob's in too. He's breaking up the
jumps
backline.
onto Toronto Tokyo. The refresh is there, but GH, they get the lift. Yule Scepter chase down onto Nightfall in some trouble. Ghost gets the enrage off, and they're still chasing. Can he get there in time? The punch! It's there! And they reclaim that Aegis.
It might have taken 2 games, but the pincer comes eventually.
Oh, they got him. Nightfall snowballed through. 4 dead just when you think you're safe. They pull you back down.
Props to Noob. Very, very good play. Make sure he's out there, because you can imagine that Toronto Tokyo is ready, right? Trying to make that big save play. But he ensures that there's not going to be any sort of a Magnus to mess that up.
Oh, and they find Mira. The vision, it's been there. And now it's Tinker alone who just bought back. Kiyotaka, if he dies here, it actually could just be over.
How do they actually push, though? What's the plan?
That's a good point.
The wave's going to die. Omar has grip.
Yeah.
But
no blink, though.
Yeah, exactly. So how do they actually get to this guy?
Well, Kiyotaka is hitting creeps right now.
And he does have a wave coming in. Okay, they're going to get the wolves in the back line.
Yeah, actually, I don't know if you can come back into this right now. Ghost is going to run mid.
They want a lane so bad.
They have now the Ringmaster back up.
And the banner's down.
Sets to the side. Mag is also regenning back alive. Doesn't have RP for 30 seconds.
And they just bail. They're like, we got the melees. Hopefully the creeps can finish the range tracks. And they do. So that's a big win for them as they're retreating.
God. Dude, these games, 42 minutes again, and very much on the verge of going to 3 games. This is 3 times. I mean, I guess it's just the nature of Tinker, right? It's so feast or famine. If you get caught out at all, it looks really, really bad. But Sumail able to catch him and just completely dismantle him.
I have a question. Is a BKB like a car? Like, is it the second it comes out of the shop, does it lose half its value, or do you actually have to use the 9 seconds first? Because like right now, Kiyotaka still has this really nice shiny BKB.
You're right. You know, it's
for sale, never use.
it is still a 9-second BKB on Kiyotaka. Yeah, it's a little interesting. Yeah.
He might need to pop that
About that.
before he goes high ground next time. But you know, of course, it's very easy to say that from our position. It turns out it's weird. It's almost like we have omnipotent vision or something.
All of it. 26 to 23. The weird part about this is that I feel like Nigma still have to get like sort of a clutch find around the map, because they definitely can't do anything resembling high ground if like a couple of heroes are alive.
Especially if one of them's Tinker, yeah.
But they also have the win condition of Tinker having bought back.
That's true. But it's the beginning of these fights where we have Mag plus Bat, and how do you start a fight as Nigma, right? I mean, we're talking about a Tinker who was holding high ground by himself and thinking, how do they get to this Tinker? And you look at their heroes and you're like, they can't.
Right.
I mean, Omar is thinking about that blink.
That will be, I think, the big decider, because he's already got Ags, right? So
yeah,
it's pretty hard if the if the Ringmaster is under control to get him out from that. Like, you can hypothetically do it with Toronto, Tokyo, with some skewer plays or whatever else you want to do, but it's sketch. RP, I mean. But 3 minutes until Roche is capable of respawning, and Noob almost done with the Werebear Maker.
Oh, yes, of course. Mentioned on the panel. Bringing this one up. It's a very good combo, because it's just... it's a werebear. It's like you said. It's just a straight up crazy thing to have.
I think too, Ghost, very difficult for them to really take this guy down.
They've made it look kind of easy though whenever they grab him.
It's true, but now he's got level 25 too, right?
That's true. That's massive.
The Earthshark 2 charges with the shard means he's just basically enraged almost perma.
It's really annoying to deal with. But if they can get the, the double tap there where he doesn't get a chance to use his ulti multiple times via that shock would be nice. But they are moving in. They're smoked up.
They have the wolf bite. Noob ready to jump and turn him into a wolf at any given point. And there it is. Ghost. Wolf mode. Lycan, wolf mode. Okay, push to the high ground, now pulled to the low ground, now Ghost off to the side, and they get the Bout Rider control too. Toronto, Tokyo, and is immediately taken apart and destroyed. The grip is there. Marcy is no more. They also find Kiyotaka, the Hex out. I don't know if it's going to stop Mira. They try and get away. TP out, yes! Kiyotaka somehow lives, and they buy back on Mag and Ringmaster.
Sumail's getting low.
Hold on just a second now. That might actually... The fact that Kiyotaka gets out, I think they can defend.
It's 3 buybacks, though. It was very costly. So, Nigma, if they can just get out of here without losing anything, this is a big win for them.
My goodness, 21,000 gold lead now. Yeah, it's a huge lead for Nigma.
Still holding a pretty aggressive position here. GH looking to see if he can spot somebody.
Want to keep those lanes shoved in, as there's still a minute before Roche is going to be capable of respawning.
No refresher this time for Sumail. No BKB for 38, so don't want to get too crazy.
That's the thing. Like, GH is ahead of Toronto, Tokyo right now in terms of farm. And sort of speaking the issues that they've got right now. Are they going to try and go high ground?
No.
Dude, there's no way that you should be doing this. They do jump, find and kill Mira. Okay, this is... If it works, it's brilliant.
It is. If it works, it's good. But it's very scary when you're watching an Ursa with no BKB starting this versus Tinker. But hey, it's back now. It's come back online. Sumail has this BKB too, so they've managed to hit that. But here we go.
Oh, no, 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 no! Nigma, what are you doing? What are you doing? Why are you doing this? Dude, it was a minute till Roche. Just chill. Just chill, guys.
What is there to gain?
A tower? Okay, all right, it's okay. Bearman is back up in 80. What's the Roche timer look like?
Oh yeah, let's see. It's a relatively quick one. It'll be like a minute and like 10 or something.
Okay.
So about a minute and a little bit from now.
All right, so the Ursa should be back up by that point. Were there any like items gained via that kill for Aurora?
Oh, for Aurora? I don't know.
Doesn't look like it.
You know what we need is we need Toronto Tokyo's refresher, but like you were just pointing out before that fight started, is that he's not looking too hot because this is the vacuum effect of Tinker, where Tinker is moving across the whole map, sucking up all the farm. You get one big core, and then your other core's there, and then some core gets sacked. And in this game is Toronto Tokyo, so he's got no refresher. So he's been fantastic for only having one horn toss and one RP, let me say. He looks like a refresher mag.
Dude, I just want another game 3. That's all I want here. Let's see if they can make it happen. Aurora still on the verge of making it to TI. All they have to do is make this comeback happen. And Toronto Tokyo sees Award is going to be punished, but he gets it. The escape act to keep him alive. Now Nightfall onto Sumail. How much damage do they have? Kiyotaka shows up, finds a Hex. Sumail in trouble, but he gets the Requiem off, and he walks away. The grip from the side. It's just the supports focusing Nightfall. There's no follow-up damage. RP used now onto 2GH in further trouble. They get the last of the pullback onto Noob. There's no bear. There's no anybody. What the hell is happening? Nigma, they lose another fight, and now they're going to lose Roche. Why, oh why did it have to happen like this?
I mean, they saw an opportunity on a ward, felt like they could go for it. The saves haven't been there. That has been the case, right? But this time they were. They broke it up. Unfortunately, not able to get off too much there, even from Sumail. And I don't know what happened to Ghost. I'll be real, I did not see him. All I know is he TP'd home.
Yeah, he wasn't there. He couldn't do anything. He didn't get any damage out.
Right, let me see here. Yes, good. I need this.
Ghost.
Where's my Ursa?
Where? I don't see him. Yeah, nope, because he's still dead.
Oh, he was still dead when they started the fight. Right.
Yes.
Because that's when you should start a fight, when he's still dead.
When you don't have the carry.
Right.
That makes sense.
Sorry, that's our bad.
Wait, yeah, our bad. Sorry about that, everybody. Well, you know, it didn't go great for Nigma.
No.
I think you were right when you said when they're ahead, it's when they're at their weakest.
Yes. Yeah, no, the fans know this. I've learned this. They've taught me so much.
Oh, God.
Where's the
Ursa? Oh no, little Ursa man.
But he looks good doing it. That's for sure.
That's faith that we had in Nigma. We're like, there's no way they would start that fight without the Ursa being there.
Yeah, but no one would have expected you to get ganked on a ward when the Ursa's dead.
That's true,
right?
Oh, it's the next level play. Okay, the lead is now down to 9K, and I think it's about to drop further. They're about to get Aegis, Cheese, Refresher, Roche Banner, and...
That's a lot of stuff, Lyrical.
I don't know. I feel like we're going to be back to even again.
I mean, games looked a lot easier for old Panto since he got a Blink Dagger. Now he's close to an Aether Lens. He's even considering a BKB, which...
They give this to Mag, right? Since he bought back? No, they're giving it to Nightfall. Okay. That's interesting. The part that's weird about this to me is that I don't know if Aurora really want to make a move either because they don't have buyback on 3 of their heroes.
Oh, what is happening down here?
Jeez,
right,
bro.
Omar, I need your computer to be fixed.
Oh my God, they're just in range. They see him. I don't know if they see Ghost though. They might. Yeah, they do. Okay, they know. I need to take another hit on my inhaler, man. I gotta reset myself.
You puff that up, buddy.
Jeez.
Can maybe go head to Nigma too, maybe.
All right, I'm ready. We're good.
Break.
Just take a deep breath, everybody. Gather yourselves. Get a little Wusa energy in.
We're
on this. Look at this wild ride of a graph that we're flying along on.
Yeah.
This is the type of Dota that you want to see. Only, what is that, 100 XP separating those two?
Right, yeah, really massive gap here.
Oh, man.
plus 1%.
Jeez. Yeah, it's nuts. I mean, win probability, it's still favored for Nigma 72%, but I've seen these graphs drop to nothing. All it takes is like getting a little bit too crazy as this game goes further.
It's still what?
Yeah.
72%?
I mean, it might not have had time to like catch back up. That could be part of it too.
Might just be a buyback thing too.
Yeah,
because I mean that
that's
is
a big
fair,
part of it.
right? Like if you just lose Magnus now, it's gonna be a tough game. All right, well, game is unpausing. Lyrical's had his puffer. We're
There we
good to
go.
go.
So 30 to 28, and an Aeon disc done. So we've got quite a few of those on the field right now. 3 of them for Aurora. And Kiyotaka trying to angle towards the Arcane Blink, I believe.
How many cheeses do we have? They have a cheese on Ringmaster. They have a cheese on Magnus. We got some Lotuses. We're close to a block of cheese, in fact.
Yeah, that could be another one to pick up.
What do you think is the fraction of the piece of cheese of a wheel of cheese?
The fraction of a piece
Like
of
if
cheese.
you look at that piece of cheese, what
Yeah.
fraction of a wheel of cheese do you think that is?
I think that is a sixth
I
of
would
a
say
wheel
a
of cheese.
sixth or an eighth. Yeah, one of the two.
I think it's more towards the sixth.
So,
but
like, could we bring back the wheel of cheese if you get 6 cheese?
that's what the block of cheese is.
Yeah, I know, but I want a bigger one. I want the wheel of cheese.
The wheel of cheese.
Yeah, I want those
like the
giant,
wheel of
like,
wonder.
those ones that are massive, you know?
Oh yeah, you make pasta in it. You know what I'm talking about? Have you seen that?
That
There's
sounds
people that like
amazing.
Yeah, they like hollow out a little bowl of Parmesan and then they make the pasta in it. Oh, it's legit.
I mean, the only cheese in this game is Kiyotaka's Tinker.
That's true. He's cheesing it up right now as they're heading on over towards that Tormentor. Or just a gank through the Twin Gate. Okay. Interesting. I mean, this is a game where it just like all turns into tactics, map movements, trying to shove out these waves. And that's the value of Tinker in these ones, is that, you know, you're sort of constantly putting that pressure on Nigma. And on the flip side, as Nigma, you can find that Tinker out and just suddenly win the game, maybe.
And look what they're doing, right? Panzer's putting these really deep wards down here because these are the spots. Like that's why they're smoking here. I mean, they did scan first, but I think it's to plant these wards.
Yeah.
Because they have this crazy good pickoff, and they're going to put it in what you feel is like the safest place to farm if the game goes back to a stalemate over the next, time of this ward's life.
The next 6 minutes, those wards are the attempt by Aurora to win the game.
And it's also going to cover them while they take the Tormentor if they want. Although today's... Oh, yeah, I mean, they still get Mag Shard, actually. Oh, and, wow, they have, like, no shards, actually.
Yeah, most of them.
They got 3 of them to go.
Are scanning.
Ready if they want to do it, but maybe it's a little sketch. Meanwhile, down bottom, the Tinker is having to deal with the creep wave.
I mean, we've seen some of these late Tormentors chunk down quite a bit of the team, so they are a dangerous thing to go for.
Are they going to try and pressure in mid? Yeah, this is a nice move. So if they send in the creep, and this is a range racks that I think they're just going to get.
Fire bomb!
Oh, the creep wave isn't all the way pushed in yet, but it will be soon.
Yeah, it's coming bottom.
Okay. Sending in the creeps.
I wonder if Kiyotaka's worried about going back, too, because they could be smoked up and lurking there, you know?
They are all there.
I was thinking in his base, but he doesn't seem too worried about it. The Wolves are back up now.
They start to take it down. That's going to be a full range rack.
Oh, sorry, I take it back. Here's the cheese.
They kill off all the wolves, but they got what they came for. Meanwhile, Aurora trying to do a similar thing. The problem is they really don't have tower hitters either. They'll jump in with Nightfall. Last time this happened, he got nightmared and pulled all the way to the side of the full Requiem out. He is gone.
Good thing he had the
Aegis one time. Ghost still fine for the moment. Hypnotized, needs to back out. Ghost starting to hit. It's a grip onto Marcy. Marcy is dead. That's 2 times through. Toronto Tokyo finds his target. They get a nice little Lotus passover. Noob starting to nullify. Punch down, beat down. That is 3 dead, 1 without buyback. Kiyotaka hoping to escape the translocator, pushes him away and
blink.
able to get the big blink out. Meanwhile, Mira, the snowball chase down is coming. And Nigma, they got what they came for. 4 dead, ready to run down a lane, only the Tinker to stop him.
Gonna try and stand tall on this high ground. He does have the backup of the Marcy to maybe come back here if Nightfall wants to join him. It's gonna have to be just for the throne, though. I cannot imagine them defending anywhere close to the outside of the space.
And you can see up top that Roche's banner
Omar.
was never dealt with. So they're slowly going to be losing their towers. Something to keep your eyes on. Omar able to dodge for a moment, but is eventually dead.
And the team's not here. It's a discombobulated attempt at a little push here, which just costs you your Vayne's life.
And now I don't think they can go anymore. Oh, man. Okay. That's still 2 buybacks used.
Okay, there's a minute of no Magnus.
Yeah.
What are we doing here? Kiyotaka is back at their base.
And look, like they're losing these creeps at least, and pretty soon
It's the
we'll be
world's
losing the
greatest
tower.
banner, by the way.
Oh yeah.
No banner has ever done so much work. Holding that push that entire time. Nigma still lurking near the base. Have ward, have sentry.
They don't have Sumail.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
One concern, still doesn't have bots, has almost 9,000 gold on the Shadow Fiend, but no bots yet.
Okay.
Wants to instead finish off his big blink.
A frugal man.
15,000 gold lead now. And 2 minutes until Roche is capable of respawning. That might not stop Nigma from going high ground again, for what it's worth.
They had Nightfall so separated
Yeah.
for that double kill that they got on him post Aegis. I'm worried that doesn't happen again.
Well, that's the thing that I was talking about, right? Like, Aurora, they don't have tower hitters that are safe to do it either. Like, they need to start meteor hammering or something.
Well, I have good news for you, Fred. We're almost at 60 minutes.
There you go. A very, very crazy game number 2.
It
On
might-
the verge of elimination, Nigma pulling out all the stops here.
This game might turn into like Tsunami Sticker, where he's like looking, it's just staring up at the meteor hammers
Yeah.
coming down at these buildings. You know,
I like that.
that's the fear.
Oh, nice. A basher for Lycan. Dude, this has been a really good Lycan performance, too. I think
Yeah.
Noob has been stellar.
Yeah, he's done it exceptionally well. Lots of vision with the wolves, lots of split pushing of the creeps. He's dealing with a Tinker this whole time as well. He is very much helping the team in this one.
And opting for the extra wolves there, too. We're getting closer to the 60 minutes. And obviously, a Roche fight has the potential to just end the game completely. There's still 5.5 minutes, no buyback on the Ringmaster and the Marcy.
I will say, if I'm Aurora, I'm not contesting Roche
No?
unless it looks really good to
You're
go out
just not
there.
doing that anymore?
No, I'm just staying in the base because I have faith that Nigma will make their way here and my Tinker will zap them many
Okay.
times.
I like that.
Yeah, I'm not going over there.
Speaking of which, Kiyotaka, 11,000 gold in the inventory. Not sure what's next for him.
Gibby?
Kiyotaka, Bane finds him. But he is going to BKB and then just immediately get out.
Right back to the team here. Mira fire flying as well. Hoping to catch someone playing a bit too aggressive. Ghost, you are crazy, dude. For the love of God.
Ghost does
That
not
was
care.
so close to being a
Ghost doesn't
potential
care.
grab. I mean, he's got his axe, I know, but you scare me.
Radiant
It is scary. That's the other thing that they could think about is like maybe for Batrider a late game Orchid. And that way,
That would be pretty crazy, actually.
if you get the stun on Ghost, you can silence and he can't enrage.
Yeah. That would definitely catch him off guard, I imagine. And right now, Omar lurking near the Roche pit. It is up. Sumail been very good with these Shadow Blades, or sorry, with the Scythe of Ices in the late game here. Now has a Shadow Blade put into his inventory. He wants to hunt it for a little while.
All right, Roche back up again. They see it. Do they feel confident, though, moving in and taking it? That high ground is held by Aurora. And while Nigma are the ones controlling the tempo,
All right, here we go.
all it takes is one bad
Mira?
fight, and it could go back the other way.
Mira has buyback, so if he wants to feel a little crazy here, but the Wolves, the creeps, letting them know what's up.
Kills off that ward. Noob there, and it looks like they are going to let them have it. Okay, well, hold on. Okay, yeah, Mira backs away now.
What are we doing? He's planting a ward. He's getting out. Alrighty, what do we got now? Also, where's GH's eggs? He's got 6,700 gold, GH. Can you just, like, put the game in the bag, bro? Like, let's go.
It's tough, man. I don't know. I'm not sure what the right answer is.
It's GH with an X, don't you believe?
I do believe, but it's a weird one. It's hard to know if it's going to work or not.
Full faith.
Maybe you get hexed it right as you're coming out of it, or right as you jump in.
I have to say, taking the Agnes Blessing away from Roche was a really good choice.
Yes.
We had too many free eggs.
Yeah, it was way too good.
It was, especially when it was either or.
Yeah.
That was the worst case for sure.
Oh, no! He was right behind the tree.
Oh, well, he
Instead,
wasn't. Panto gets sighted.
That'll be a dead Panto. And then on the other side, it is Bane going down to Kiyotaka.
All right, well, he does have buyback. He has buyback and bots, in theory, if they wanted to do something.
I think they're just going to send these creeps on over at the range racks again. Just be so annoying. It is giving over a lot of gold, though.
Ah, what is gold at this point?
That's true.
You know, they're going to fill them with greed.
All right, tier 5 newts. Let's go. Where are we at? Looks like Shadow Fiend is close as Ursa.
We got a Stygian on the Mercy.
Ursa has the option to go Divine Regalia. Unrelenting Eye is also really good, though. Ooh, that's a tough one. Okay, he goes the other one that is apparently better. As Mira controlled, and there's the Abyssal Bash.
Abyssal, again, has buy, but this is typical, right? Everyone gets caught trying to go for these 60-minute neutral camps.
Yeah.
People are willing to spend their buybacks on it, really, just in case they need to defend. But that's a Book of the Dead now for GH, plus cooldown reduction. 8,000 gold, GH.
Oh.
5,600 gold surplus, GH.
And another Book of the Dead, this time for Shadow Fiend. So they're kind of massing that a little bit.
It's actually, I don't even know what to buy as GH. There's so many good options here.
Oh, Lycan has Book of the Dead too. Oh my goodness. All right, 3 Books of the Dead is GG. Surely they could take down all the buildings with this.
How many nullifiers? Do they have any nullifiers? Because Marcy's queuing one.
Kiyotaka. Ethereal tries to back away. Abyssal Blade is there. The damage is out, and Kiyotaka is going to fall. Does have buyback. Toronto Tokyo pulls it, goes. There's the RP. He's low. He is dead. That's only Aegis. Now Sumail tries to do enough to kill off Mira, but it's not quite there. There's the grip. Able to catch onto Nightfall, but he gets saved by the escape act. Ghost going to town, takes down the Ringmaster, but that is a dieback on Marcy. They should be able to close it out here. Well, there's still Tinker and Mag, but it feels so hard to hold the high ground against this. If they just run right at him, they should be able to make this work.
Can they? I mean,
sending in the creeps, sending in everybody else. Ghost looks for a moment, able to dodge away from that jump. The Hex is there. The damage starts to rack up a little bit. Kiyotaka thinking about going for more.
It's Tinker. It's too much.
Oh,
too much.
Man. Just right on the edge and buying mass Dagons for Kiyotaka. It's Marcy 500 gold away from buyback.
Oh, but they're going to be allowed to hold here. As they did manage to just Warp Flare root down the Lycan post BKB and skewer him near the well for the kill.
They're just going for another round, I think. Waiting, finding one. They get him. There's the E-Blade. Ghost tries to turn. The Hex is out onto Kiyotaka. He will attempt to back away. Toronto Tokyo. Oh, they get him with the grip. No more chances. The skewer back into the fountain, but GG is called. We're going to a game number 3. Nigma will not be denied.
Like all great generals, they simply let the enemy lull themselves into a false sense of security and superiority and then simply wrap behind them for a victory. It was all part of the plan.
Easily done. Seeing the Werebear take it to town, and now Aurora gonna need to come up with new answers here as they get ready for another grueling game number 3. We're gonna head back to the panel.
Yeah, Nigma Galaxy absolutely come out swinging for this game at number 2. Now Aurora going to be on the back foot. We're going to break it down a little bit here because this game 2, yet another 60-minute game to add to the tally there, Fly.
Yeah, another banger of a series already. these games are so back and forth. I have no idea who's winning half the time. It's like one time's Aurora, then it's NGX making the beautiful plays to come back. This game was absolutely wild. I think Nightfall played a fantastic game. I think GH played a fantastic game. We had standout performances. We had a bit of 50-50 from Kiyotaka, which we love to see.
Yeah, you
know,
do,
brings
you
up
do.
the hype. So awesome game.
No, it really was. High ground pushes definitely felt like where it was at for this one. Fear Aurora struggling a little bit with them.